why we shine wherever we go. 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 Lord, Lord. Welcome to the mind of a pothead. On my head, see a young nigga got dressed. We don't give a fuck what the cop said. I'm living a legacy. So even when I die, I am not dead. Nigga, I am not dead. Fuck with me.
For how we can overcome these issues. Again, overcome them as individuals, but more importantly, overcome them as a collective. So thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. As always, your input is valued. It is certainly appreciated. Anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to do so. We will read through as many of your comments as possible while we go through the broadcast. We would kindly request that you please take a quick second, as I will do so also, to share the broadcast by clicking on the little arrow in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Also, if you feel so inclined, you can contribute to the show by clicking on the little gold stars in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Please take a quick moment to share the broadcast, though. Share it on your personal network. Share it on your personal page. Anyone that you think would add value to or find value in this particular conversation, we welcome them to be a part of the discussion. Again, this is I Said What I Said. It's intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb Howard. His name is Toussaint Warner. The sound was out. I think that was my fault. The sound is up. I see y'all trying to figure out in there, but it really wasn't on y'all side. I did it. My bad. Anyway, Tou, what's happening, man?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, famo. How you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they say tell Ron it's too early for this shit. So two things. One, that was really my fault. And two, Ron just walked in here. Ron didn't even took his jacket off yet. He already getting blamed for
It's
shit.
still his fault.
I love it, man.
It's still his fault.
It's Ron. You gonna have to understand, Ron. It is just now a part of the I Said What I Said broadcast to blame things on you. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. That's just what it is, man. But shout out to Ron Rella in the production studio. Shout out to Flo, Mr. Jerry Matthews himself. Flo, what's happening, man?
Good afternoon, fellas, man. Good to be back another day.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Always.
Hey, who's the white guy?
It's one of the dope interns, man. One of the dope-ass interns, man.
White guy, say your name.
Hey, both of y'all come say y'all names.
Yo, I'm Mikey Clutch.
Mikey Clutch.
Mikey Clutch.
He's going to be our new Ron Rella.
Who's the white guy?
Who's the white guy?
Who's the white guy?
Then we got another one. Then we got another intern right here.
Yeah.
Serafina. We know Serafina.
we hip to Serafina. We
We were just worried about the white guy. He looked like an imposter for a minute.
we gotta get better security on the door. We've reached our white quota with Lisa E. That's it. All right, it's all love, Mikey. I met Mikey when he first came up here. But I forgot his name. Anyway, man, enough of that fooling around. Not really. We're going to keep that up, Mikey, just so you know, white guy.
We're going to change his name from Mikey Clutch to who's the white guy?
Who's the white guy? That's
his
it.
new name.
Who's the white guy? That is his new name. So anyway, appreciate y'all so much for being here. Sonya, we are being nice. This is us. This is us being nice.
This is our best behavior.
Q said Mikey sound white. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Sometimes you just have to take reparations however you want to take it. This is how we choose to take reparations today.
That man said we met our quota with Lisa E. Oh, my God. Oh my God, I was not prepared. Oh God.
Well,
damn.
that's the type of show it's going to be today, guys. I'll let you know right now. And so hope y'all enjoy it, man. We got a couple conversations we want to have with y'all. One specifically around this idea of fathers, black fathers specifically being, is intimate the right word?
Yeah, that's the right word.
Being intimate with their children, right? So there's a photo kind of floating around of Wiz Khalifa kissing his son in the mouth. There was another thing going on with gospel artist Smokey Norfolk, who I like a lot. Was he like cuddling with his like 16-year-old son, like something like that? Is that what they saying? I haven't seen that one. Flo, what was up with that one?
Yeah, he was laying on his chest type of deal. Probably like watching TV type of deal, and he fell asleep laying on his chest.
Yeah.
I think that's how it played out.
No, that's exactly how it was. They were laying on the couch. The son looked like he probably had a teenage kind of day, and he dove in his father's arms, and his father, instead of just enjoying the moment, decided to take a selfie and put it on the internet. And now we all in this business. But
Flo looked like he's anti black boys having any affection.
no, I actually didn't mind it to a scale 1 to 10. I think it's 6% cool. I mean, 6 cool, 4 weird. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I dig it.
All right.
Well, we're gonna
That's
have
because we don't have humanity. We've talked about this.
Yes, it's not acceptable.
Yeah.
It's not.
Fuck you mean you human?
It's not
Fuck you mean you care about
acceptable for black fathers to show that level of affection
How you care about
to
your
their
child?
children. I'm a little mixed about it.
I hear you. Let's get it.
So that is a conversation that we will have. We will show you guys those visuals as well, so you can kind of decide for yourself what you think about it. Just kind of off top, what do y'all think about it? Because we aren't. Boosie said y'all judging. Like, no, we aren't judging at all. Tucson is like saying like we should be able to do that, right? But the lack of humanity that we give for black men doesn't create space for that. I'm just kind of just mixed in general about kissing in the mouth. Like, I just kind of mixed in general about it. We had a conversation with Dawn Millhouse out just before we came on the air.
Dawn is crazy.
And she is Dawn. Like, she's crazy as hell. She had an interesting perspective, which I won't share. But you know,
Yeah.
I'm kind of iffy just about kissing in the mouth in general.
I want to talk about this Red Table Talk too with Olivia Jade, who's the girl who was her mama had paid for her to go to USC.
Oh, caught up in the what is it? Enrollment for hire scandal.
Yeah, but my Olivia Jade I could give a shit about, but I'm more concerned about Jada Pinkett Smith and the representation that she has in our community at this point. I'm struggling.
Because what was her piece on that?
She compared the Olivia Jade to Willow and the young Will Smith. What's his name? Jaden. Yeah, like, I would do the same things for my children. But it's just a bigger conversation than that, man. It made the conversation out of context, and it made people sympathetic for the situation.
Right.
And when you put it in context, I have no sympathy for it. And it speaks to why we as black people continue to struggle, because we open the doors for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We don't understand the value in separatism. Mm-hmm. And everybody else is moving in a very separate kind of manner. Mm-hmm. It was interesting that she chose Jada Pinkett Smith's show to come back and say, hey,
platform for that.
Yeah, I need black women to usher me through.
Right.
Like Kamala
as
needed black women
does.
to usher her through.
Right.
Right. So it's just an interesting paradigm for me. Specifically when, 2 months ago, she was in a conversation with entanglements with a 19-year-old boy. Mm-hmm. Just the shit is getting outrageous. Like, why is she on TV?
Yeah, I mean, you need inroads into the black community. The most effective way to do that right now is through the black woman. And so everybody's kind of leveraging that, whether you're talking about politically, whether you're talking about socially, economically, whatever it's going to be. If you need to make inroads into our community, coming through that door seems to be the safest and most efficient way to get that done. So those are a couple of the conversations that we are going to be having today. Also in the 5 o'clock hour, we are expecting to be joined by the infamous Syndicate, Shauna and Tifa. Gonna fall through I Said What I Said just ahead of their special broadcast this evening. So after I Say What I Said at 6 o'clock, the infamous Syndicate with Shauna and Tifa, they're going to be here. They are going to be playing back their album from 20 years ago, Changing the Game. So they're going to be here. They're going to be going through the album, but they're also going to be interviewing all the different creatives who were instrumental in creating that album, the producers, the features, all those types of things. So looking forward to that happening right here on What's in It for the Black People Media this evening as well.
Also, we might be able to get Mother Wade in for a hot second.
Mother
if she
Wade.
can figure out how to work her her camera phone. You know, we
Absolutely
can't have
love Mother
Walter
Wade.
Beach
When she was here
experience.
last time, she was super, super dope. When she was in the studio with us, everybody loved her. So it'd be good to be able to talk to her if we can get the. She can't be no worse than Uncle Walt.
She could be. It's possible. It's possible.
We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll dive into those conversations and more. This is I Said What I Said. Herb Howard and 2 here with you till 6. We'll be right back.
Hey, check it out. Put it in your ear. It's your girl, Shauna.
What on? It's your girl, Tifa.
And right now, we need y'all to check us out tonight, 6 p.m. Central on What's In It for the Black People Media. And what we going to be doing, Tifa?
What? We playing it back, changing the game. We talking about the album. We talking about the inspiration.
Ooh.
We talking to people that we collaborated with, all the illest creatives in the city of Chi and beyond. Man, I don't know what you doing at 6, but you better be right here. Yeah. Talk about it. What's in it for the black people? Infamous. We playing it back, changing the game. Shauna, Tifa.
And you know what we about to do? We about to make Chicago rap again, baby. You feel me? Let's get it.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
WIFTV-PM.
Wake up early in the morning, think about money. Boy, I gotta get my shit. Walk in the motherfucking mall and you know about all hell yeah, gotta drip my shit. Talk my shit like a motherfucking boss. Hell yeah, young nigga, stay with that bitch. Smoking on Zai, you can smell it in the car when I open up the doors like you hit that shit. Brand new Glock with a beam on top and I just bought me an extendo clip. Hello with the mop and we let off them shots. Give a fuck about no cops, no we ain't gon' slip. My niggas got job and some of them rob, but all my other niggas whipping that shit. If you wake up early in the morning, think about money, better go get that shit. Better go get that shit. Better go flip that shit. Yeah, yeah. My brother was in the kitchen. I seen him whipping them bricks. Yeah, yeah. I seen him cooking the pot. I seen him whip up them rocks. I seen him fuck up the block. He used to do that a lot. They stuck him up and I got shot. Damn, that's when my motherfucking life changed. I don't hang around no crowds or a dice game. 4-5 and they got a nice aim. It'll take a nigga for a ride like a night train. Whatever I want, I'ma cop it. Tap my phone, keep my cash in my pocket. Black card in the stash in my wallet. Money long and you bitches can't stop it. No, niggas don't like it. That hoes get excited when they see me out with my bae. We be at strip clubs and looking at booties and throwing them dollars, but no, she not gay. We got a baby that girl in her stomach and he be a boy. I'ma give him my name. I'ma teach him how to go get the guala. Like his father, he gon' run up them dollars. Ayy, wake up early in the morning, think about money. Boy, I gotta get my shit. Walk in the motherfucking mall and you know about all hell yeah, gotta drip my shit. Talk my shit like a motherfucking boss. Hell yeah, young nigga, stay with that bitch. Smoking on Zai, you can smell it in the car when I open up the doors like you hit that shit. Brand new Glock with a beam on top and I just bought me an extendo clip. Hello with the mop and we let off them shots. Give a fuck about no cops, no we ain't gon' slip. My niggas got job and some of them rob, but all my other niggas whipping that shit. If you wake up early in the morning, think about money, better go get that shit. I gotta go get it, I gotta go flip it, I gotta go make me some money. Now I'm all in my bag, I'm making them mad and giving these bitch niggas nothing. Niggas think cause I'm a daddy now that I won't put their ass in a bucket. Got that Glock on my waist, I up it. Bullets
What's
like a
happening, good
motherfucking
people? We are
oven.
back live inside the What's In It for the Black People Media Studios. This is I Said What I Said. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. Herb and 2 here with you every single weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. Thank y'all so much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. We greatly, greatly appreciate each and every one of you wonderful people. So, 2, we talking about having a few different conversations today. One about the lack of humanity that is offered to black men, even when it comes to how they relate to their children, right? Oh, he can't be kissing his son in the mouth. He can't be, affectionate and hugging or cuddling, if you will, with his son. I think that's bullshit. Like, I don't know. I don't have children, right? So I don't know if I would be the kiss my child in the mouth like thing, but if he is, so the fuck what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand. I don't understand what the outrage is. Is that endangering that child in some way, shape, or form? I think not. Right? If he was and if he was white, would this be a conversation?
But I think it speaks to the brand of what black maleness is, though. Right? I think the outrage is the sheer fact that the vast majority of the populace looks at us as predators, right? No matter what, right? So when you look at the statistics, though, in every measurable capacity, we like model citizens, right? You know how we get branded as, you know, not being fathers, but when you look at the data, it says we're more active in our child's lives than
any
other ethnic group of man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the basic math. It's the white woman, you know, locking the doors when she sees you walk past her car. It's the lady on the elevator, you know, shrinking into the corner because you got on the elevator with her.
Crossing the street.
Yeah, it's all attached to the same thing. The brand that black men do not deserve humanity. You know what I mean? And that's just from the predatory vantage point, right? But from the son vantage point, right? From the child vantage point, it's like you're not offered vulnerability either. We're human.
Nah.
We desire affection.
Yeah.
Specifically from those who love us. Why wouldn't my father want to be affectionate with me?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the shit is insanity, but it's also like, again, it's the standard. So, you know, I love Flo, but he was like, I don't know about that shit. You too was like, I don't know about that shit. Flo, you got kids?
I don't have any kids on my own, but I'm not against men showing each other affection, father showing his son affection. It's just about, you know, that's a whole long
Time out.
That's the difference between regular affection and
The kids are my own shit.
Time out. The whole hesitation about whether or not. Let me ask you a very, very simple question. Well, you got kids?
I'm not sure. What is it possible?
There was this one time I was drunk and I don't even like the shorty.
I don't know shorty like that, though.
I didn't hear nothing after that. I got stuck on the hesitation of do you. Define when you say do I have kids, you mean like
Define kids. Like
no kids that came out this nutsack. No. But I definitely think we need affection in our community. It's not about a black man, white man thing to me. I just think, you know, at a certain age, it's certain things. Like, I'm not saying a 16-year-old son should not get affection from his father, but like, you know, a whole super cuddle or like.
At what age did you stop desiring affection?
I don't think I've ever desired that kind of affection as far as want to lay in my dad's arms. Maybe like a high five or something like that. A regular hug.
Put it here, Dad. My nigga.
I need like a hug or something fine. Like, I would take a hug from my dad today. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know if I want to be
cuddled up with him.
I don't want to be the small spoon with nobody. You know, so,
I don't want to be the small spoon with nobody.
That's just my take on it. But I wasn't.
Oh my God.
They wasn't spooning though, cuz that wasn't what it was.
I don't mind being the inside spoon. Like we can start this way, but at some point I'm gonna roll over, and if you roll over and like put your arm around me, I'm cool with it.
I just think it's just levels to it. I'm not mad at that. I think the Wiz Khalifa was a little more weird than that.
The mouth kiss?
Yeah, I think, especially when both their eyes was closed, and it just was like, whoa, like, why do we all need to see that?
What's the problem with it?
The problem is it should have never left your house. If that's what y'all gonna do it, you know. But why am I looking down my timeline and seeing you kissing a kid? Like,
it's his kid, fam.
I don't want to see that though.
How old is? I didn't see that. How old is Wiz Khalifa's child?
Small.
I think about 7. I think he was born in 2013. So
Small
about 7.
kid.
7?
Yeah.
And they're mad because he kissed him in the mouth?
Yeah.
Man, I would need to get some business, man. I can't. No, that's his son, man.
Yeah, my cousin checks in on the show sometimes. If he check in today, I might see if we can get him on here because he is, without question, far and away the most affectionate dude I know with his children. He has 3 children. His youngest is a girl, but he had 2 boys first, like before the girl came. She's a little bit younger than them. And he was always that way. He was always,
me too.
Get that hug, get that kiss. You don't got a kiss for that. Like, he was always like that, even with the boys. Like,
me too.
From jump, he's like that. And this dude is, you know, all well mode. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, but with them damn kids, he's the most affectionate person I've ever seen with kids. So
I told you before, man, the day that I met my first child, like I had a revelation.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing is before this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is the first thing I've ever encountered, and I'm saying thing, but it's my child. Well, I knew instantly I'd sacrifice everything, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I explore being vulnerable and showing affection?
Yeah,
That shit is insane, man. It's like we put ourselves in these prisons of symbols of what we supposed to be like.
Yeah,
The fuck is we supposed to be like, right? If you know, and if you know anything about like the most violent motherfuckers, they also probably the most repressed emotionally.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's on one hand, it's like you're a shit on the King Vons of the world, and then wonder why they like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, the world been cold to them.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Yeah, no, that's a very, very real thing, and I think that a person's opinion on a given subject is only as valuable as their knowledge or experience with that given subject. Therefore, I would personally kind of disqualify myself in this, at least not disqualify, but I wouldn't put a whole lot of credence on my personal opinion on this particular conversation because for two reasons. One, I don't have a child, right? Two, I don't have a father, right? And so both of those things kind of just like counsel me out from this shit. I ain't no man ever fucking pick me up, kiss me, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have that experience, and I don't have any children to.
Yeah,
you know,
it changes,
impart that on
man.
me.
I mean, not right. Eric don't let me kiss on him no more.
Yeah, because he's
He's
grown ass
15.
dude. He's
You know
kissing
what I'm
other
saying?
people.
Yeah.
Once you start kissing other people, I think you stop.
But
wanting to kiss your parents like
it's
that.
the fake tough shit though. When I get to playing with him and shit like, and I wrestle with him and shit, I take this just
Right.
to make him feel
Right.
awkward.
Right.
I can tell he loved just embracing.
He do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
for
my
sure.
son.
For sure.
He wants to feel like his father values him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
It's a natural thing that makes a whole lot of sense to me. I don't understand why you would want to attack people. Yes, we're gonna pop the video up for you. I mean, we'll pop the photo up for you from Wiz Khalifa and from the Smokey Norfolk thing as well, so y'all can actually get a chance to look at it. We'll have that up for y'all when we come back from this break. Got to take a break. When we come back, we'll dive deeper into this conversation. But before we do, hey Flo, ask me one question real quick. Who's the white guy?
That's Mikey Dollar.
We'll be right back after this.
Ty Stroger here, and at What's in It for the Black People Media, we would like to wish you and your family a very happy, safe holiday season.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me.
WIIFTBPM.
And we are back live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. As I said what I said alongside Toussaint Warner. My name is Herb Howard. In the production studio doing all of the hard work is one Mr. Flo, as well as Ron Rilla. Got a couple of interns in there working with them as well. Shout out to Serafina and who's the white guy? Who asked if he could talk? Who said that? Who? Boosie? Boosie said, I want to hear from Mikey Dollar. You won't. We said hello. That's it. He's going back to picking cotton. That's it.
Picking the low cotton.
You've waiting your whole life for this, haven't you?
Huh?
You've been waiting your whole life for this.
Forever.
400 years. That's all. Not that long. Just 400 years.
Just 400.
Not that long. Whatever. So at the other network we worked at together, Flo, every single February, the one white person that works over there, I called him white boy the whole month. Every time you talk to me, like it's February, still February, white boy, stop talking to me.
I'm about to say his name, but I realized that you still employed over there, so I didn't want to bust him out.
I'm an independent contractor. I'm not employed.
Fuck him. Let's do
it. Anyhow, moving right along. Y'all want to see the video? Let's go with Wiz Khalifa first. This is Wiz Khalifa kissing his son in the mouth.
Kissing every fucking thing in the mouth.
Yeah, we're gonna get to what's really weird about this video, and I don't necessarily think it's his son. Go ahead and play it too.
I guess it ain't no sound, so it's just
it don't need to be no sound. It's
on video of him kissing
things,
random animals, and
that is weird, Jack.
Yeah. Okay, Wiz. All right. Okay, that's what you're into. All right. Okay. Yeah. Oh.
That is weird.
That's disgusting. That part's disgusting.
That's the problem.
Okay, I've had enough. I can't take it.
Go back to the beginning, though.
This is BCI.
Go back to the beginning, because I'm not gonna lie. Just on some silly shit.
Okay,
it is a little bit funny how the son puckers up for this kiss. Watch him.
That's just how his lips is. His mama's Amber Rose. He learned from the best. Come on, man. Give it a break.
It's genetics.
Give it a break.
Okay. All right. Let me stop acting silly, man. But I don't find anything particularly wrong with that, right? And except for he's kissing the dog in the mouth, right? That is where I have a problem at. It ain't him kissing his son in the mouth. Why the fuck are you tongue kissing the dog? That's the problem.
Yeah, the dog is kind of nasty.
That is weird as hell.
We've been getting money for a little while, though, man. So, you know, in certain cultures, the dog is very special to the family.
Mikey in there like, what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
Mikey like, I don't see any problem with the licking the dog in the mouth.
We all kiss your dogs.
Yeah, that's why I think he should be kissing his son in the mouth. You tongue kissing this damn dog. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah. You know, I think it's fine that he kissed his son. I didn't really see nothing wrong with it. I think it's funny the way the shorty looked up and like puckered up for it. He does have his mother's lips, right? His mother's Amber Rose.
Wait. With that being said,
he has his mother's lips.
Wait. With that being said, would we be disgusted if Amber Rose was kissing him in the mouth? Because we could just all assume what Amber Rose does with her mouth.
Yes, her mouth has been in a lot of places.
I got the perfect comparison. I was freaked out when Tom Brady did it.
What'd he do?
Kiss his son in the mouth on national TV.
I'd rather stick with Amber Rose. The hell with Tom Brady. Let's get back to what if Amber Rose did it?
It would be okay.
It would just be fine.
It would be perfectly fine.
Right. So get the fuck out of here.
That boy, if it was Amber Rose, that boy could be 25 years old. It'd be okay.
I'm sure Amber Rose is using her mouth to make a living, and she's kissing that boy in the mouth.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
And Wiz is kissing her.
Amber Rose's oral skills is where that boy came from. Okay? Like that is why her and Wiz made that boy.
Wow, this got weird.
It's just the truth. Like, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? She is a self-proclaimed.
I just said, we all know who Amber Rose is.
She's a self-proclaimed whore, and she promotes it, and she proud of it. And y'all know me. I'm not judging her for that. Let her do her thing. I'm all good with it, right? Hey, Boosie, that's hilarious. Y'all have Mikey take the Is Wiz book club survey.
We should.
Hey, Mikey. Yo, Flo.
Hey, we gotta get the survey going.
Flo, pull up the survey that we did yesterday.
Pull up the survey.
Get Mikey to take the survey. And if Mikey scores less than a 20, we beating his ass.
Dude, that's so funny.
Pull up the survey, Flo. Get him on the survey, man. We gonna get before the show is over.
We gotta know Mikey's answers.
Who's the white guy is gonna take the survey that we all took yesterday, and we're gonna get his answer, his total
Who's
score.
the white guy
That is
survey
a
for
brilliant
Black trauma.
idea.
That was
Boosie.
brilliant.
That's
That was
brilliant.
brilliant.
That's why I love the Is Wiz family. Y'all be right there with us every time.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I think again back to the whether a father. I don't know. I don't have a. Was it Smokey Norfolk? Because that really was so. That was nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't have a single problem with Wiz kissing his son like that. I really.
And that was way more than what the Smokey Norfolk thing was. It was way more. So I saw the backlash from the Smokey Norfolk. I just didn't feel like I was going.
And again, it's just
invest
the
any
difference
energy in
between
this is the totality of what he saw.
So you want to I'm about to pop it up as soon
That's a video. I don't want to see no video. Hold on, I just want to see the image.
Wait, that's it? That's it right there?
That was it. That was the totality of it. And it caused some uproar on the internet.
Because the boy is what, like 16?
Because he's 16, laying on his daddy. Man, get the fuck out of here.
So what?
Get the fuck out of here, man. But that just goes to show
That's
you
crazy.
the lack of humanity that we are offered. G, you can't even love your son.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me at all. That's perfectly fine. And like the people who would say that there's something wrong with that, they want to make it a sexual thing, right? Oh, it's a sexual thing. When really, if you flip it, right, and that's the mother, you aren't gonna have a problem with that. So who's actually sexualizing this thing? Who's actually making the sexual thing to say, oh, it's okay if he's with the woman, but if he's with the man, then that's a problem. You're the one sexualizing it, not them, right? Because I'm 34 years old. I will jump in my mama's bed, okay? And cuddle with her.
I think in general, like American identities are hindered and straddled by sex, right? Mm-hmm. I think that we kind of got a lot of hangups around sex and sexuality, and I think at the core of a lot of that shit is.
I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
Hey,
Flo, don't explain it to him. Don't walk him through it. Let him answer the questions, and we want his genuine score. All right, cool. I thought you was like coaching him along.
Yeah, ain't no coaching.
No. This is actually pretty fun. Give me a few seconds.
Yeah, all right, cool. Do your thing.
Put him in the game and you play. That's how we
we want his real Anglo-Saxon score.
Yeah, but I think that hang up around sex is about white male inferiority. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think even think about, all of the police brutality cases, or even, how they would castrate black men when they would hang them. It was always based on this sexual genitalia. Like they always went for this sexual push. Always. Right? And it was based in their own inferiority. And I still think it's based in their own inferiority. Even if you think about it from the standpoint of like entertainment, like I think I don't know the data, but there's like porn data around how many black, white, what they call that? Interracial porn type of shit. It's like that's the premier whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they use the analytics to see like which genre is being searched the most.
Yeah, man, but it's all based in this white male penis envy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And it puts these hindrance on how we view sex and sexuality. And now it goes back to that hierarchy, though, right? That hierarchy says black men are the least on the totem pole.
Right.
So anytime we showing any kind of affection, or anytime we show the fuck up in any space, it's how do we alter how they showed up?
Yeah.
Right. So if you show up as a father, we got to find some way to demonize this shit.
Yeah.
So we make you the poster child for absentee fathers. Then when you do the data, it's like, well, no, that ain't really the real when you start thinking about it from the number standpoint.
Yeah.
From the data standpoint.
Yeah.
Then even shit like this, like, you see your Smokey Norfolk, that shit was so, when I saw it on the internet, I was like, the audacity of these motherfuckers.
For this to even be a conversation.
For this to be a conversation.
That a man is like
he's
embracing
his
his father.
goddamn
I mean, his
child.
son, while he's like laying down, sleeping, whatever.
Man, this shit is outrageous.
That's crazy to me.
Outrageous, G. I'm 44 years old, bro. I would do anything in the world to have my father back.
Right.
So miss me with that silly shit. You know what I mean? That's some silly shit.
Brandon says, I have a 16-year-old son. He's 6'3", 330 pounds. He ain't sitting on my lap, fam. First of all, are you selling stock in him or what? Because I want to buy some stock in this 16-year-old, 6'3", 330. He needs to be somebody's left tackle immediately.
I wish my son could have just got the 6'3".
That is unbelievable.
The 6 feet would have been great.
Brandon, send me some stock in your son, man.
Yeah, but this is not new shit. Somebody in here wrote Dr. Francis Quest Wells theory, right? These aren't new theories. This shit is real, right? But we don't understand how it affects our everyday. It seeps into the lexicons of how we relate to one another as human beings, right? When I always say that even our relationships are based in politics, all that shit is true because there's outside social norms that are creating the narratives of how we deal with one another.
Yeah.
Right? So when you think you're relating just to that man in front of you or that man is eating dinner with you, you're not. You're relating to the idea of what the social norms have created for you to think of that man.
Yeah.
And vice versa for that woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in our case, it's specific because we've lacked the opportunity to have humanity. Since our existence on this soil. And you get this kind of shit. Smokey Norfolk land with his child, and he's a motherfucking predator.
Right. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? That's some wild shit.
But the same group of people champion the results are in from who's the white guy's score. Cool. We're gonna hold that for a minute. The same group of people will champion the cause of Jada Pinkett, right? For her interactions with the 19-year-old boy, fucking him and all this other kind of shit.
Yeah, and that's the black woman being offered humanity. But we can go further, right? We have, if you look at the history of serial killers, the vast majority of those are white Anglo-Saxon men, Caucasians, right?
Yeah.
We don't attribute none of that behavior to the white standard or to the white brand.
Experience, right.
Jeffrey Dahmer had motherfucking head, arms, and legs in his fucking refrigerator.
Crazy.
Do we get scared when we go in a white man's house to look at the refrigerator? We don't even think about it.
Right.
We don't even connect it to. Right. But anything associated with black maleness, we find ways to demonize that shit. Yeah. Anything.
It's we weaponize them at all costs, right? Whether it's a black man driving his car and didn't signal at a turn, or it's a black
man wearing the fucking hood.
Black man wearing a hood. Black man driving a car. Black man hugging his son. Black man kissing his child. Like all of that shit is to be demonized and attacked in some way, shape, or form. Shannon says her son is 6'2". Her 16-year-old son is 6'2". I'll take stock in him as well, please and thank you. Like that's you know, it's I don't get it. I mean, I do get it. I absolutely get it. Right? It goes along with the same constructs of everything else in this society, which says we got to attack this black community in a certain way, and if you're going to attack the community, you got to cut off the male. You got to attack the males first. That's what you do when you're taking over any fucking thing. And so you see that, and it plays out in every way possible.
But I just want us to be conscious of how social norms work, right? Just even going back to the Trayvon conversation about, there was legitimate conversations coming out of our hood, out of our neighborhoods, out of our communities, about little black boys shouldn't be wearing hoodies.
Shouldn't be wearing hoods,
right? You shouldn't be fucking wearing, like that was a real conversation.
Why is there a hood on the back of my sweater then?
Right. Like, but juxtapose that shit with the very branding of the Ku Klux Klan. No one tells a white man to never wear a hood.
Right.
The whole brand of the Klan is hoods.
They've killed, murdered, raped, and pillaged in those fucking hoods. Nobody's ever said, white man, take off the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No,
it's attached to black men not being offered humanity, man. This shit is wild.
It is a completely different thing. And again, for me, I don't get upset when it comes from the oppressor's side of the equation, right? When you talk about white people, like, I didn't take the hoods off, or white people like, oh, this is suspect behavior from a black father or a black driver or a black whatever the fuck. I don't.
Oh shit, he's breathing.
Yeah, I don't put too much credence into that.
Black people better stop breathing.
When it crosses the line into our community, and when we start talking this shit, when we start talking to Trayvon shouldn't have had on the hoodie shit, when we start talking to Smokey Norfolk shouldn't,
but at every level it crosses the line into our community.
That's when it's a problem.
But at every level, it crosses the line.
I'm saying that's when I get
But
pissed
it crosses
off.
the line into our community because we aspire to have that same white identity.
Right.
That's just it, right? The goal in this life is success. And what we don't logically do is attribute success to whiteness. But when you break the numbers down mathematically, they own 99% of the wealth. And how we deem success is not just a wealth it's just not a wealth position. It's a lifestyle position. And that lifestyle is attached to whiteness and white cultures and identities. So at our core, when we aspire to that kind of life, what we really do, whether we honest it or not, is we're aspiring to be white.
100%.
We're aspiring to be who's the white guy.
100%, man. Like, just be real about what shit is. That's like, it's fine. Like, you gotta assess things and be honest about it, and then pick a side of that fucking line. Like, this is what you want. Say that. Acknowledge that, keep it pushing.
Ready Rock just made the point. She said LeBron said he doesn't let his sons play with guns in response to Tamir Rice. The reason I won't let this die is because Ohio is an open carry state.
Right.
Context, right? Motherfucker, my son is learning how to leverage a gun, not just play with it. I want you to know how to shoot this motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Because this is necessary for survival. Right? But again, so because LeBron is in fear of that construct, in essence,
I'm gonna leave you a sitting duck.
Yeah, in essence, I'm gonna make you weaker.
Meanwhile, white children are hunting at 5 years old. 5 years old, they can take a fucking rifle into the fucking forest and put as many deer down as they can handle, right? They are very familiar with these weapons. We do the opposite. We got to take a break. When we come back from break, we'll dive deeper into this conversation. This is I Said What I Said, Herb and 2 here with you till 6. We'll be right back.
Check it out, put it in your ear. It's your girl Shauna.
What on? It's your girl Tifa.
And right now, we need y'all to check us out tonight, 6 p.m. Central on What's In It for the Black People Media. And what we gonna be doing, Tifa?
What? We playing it back, changing the game. We talking about the album. We talking about the inspiration. We talking to people that we collaborated with, all the illest creatives in the city of Chi and beyond. Man, I don't know what you doing at 6, but you better be right here.
Yeah.
Talk about it. What's in it for the black people? Infamous. We playing it back, changing the game. Shauna, Tifa.
And you know what we about to do? We about to make Chicago rap again, baby. You feel me? Let's get it.
Hey family, this is Lisa E. from the Book of Dawn, and I want to wish everybody a very happy holiday season and be safe. We love you.
WIFTV PM.
What's happening, good people? We are back live from the What's In It for the Black People Media Studios. This is I Said What I Said alongside Toussaint Warner. My name is Herb Howard. Each and every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m., we get together right here with you guys. Thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. As always, your input is valued. It is certainly appreciated. Anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to leave in the comments. We'll read through as many of them as possible while we go through. If you want to contribute to the show, you can do so by clicking on the little gold stars in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Thank you all so much for who that have already chosen to do that. We certainly appreciate each and every one of them. We got off into a conversation about the lack of acceptance towards male affection, right? Specifically towards their humanity, toward affection towards their children, right? And we think it's due to the lack of humanity that is offered to black men. This isn't something that is applied to any other group, not to black women, certainly not to white men. Like, it's just not applied to anybody else other than to black men, and we don't understand it. If Smokey Norfolk's son was laying on his mother's chest that way, it'd be perfectly fine.
Wouldn't even be a
So
conversation.
who's really sexualizing this conversation, right? It's that side of it that makes this thing a sexual thing, right? Not not him, it's you, right? And so we've just gotten off into that conversation.
But again, right? I think it simplifies it to even make it a sexualizing kind of conversation. It's not a sexualized conversation at all. It's just a demeaning conversation to black masculinity. It's a emasculating conversation, right? It's like you're not offered a place to be valued anywhere in the lexicon, right? So yeah, we could juxtapose that to the mama comforting the son. We could juxtapose it to a white man or a white family. We could juxtapose it to every opportunity you could think of.
Right.
Think of whatever option you could think of.
Right.
It don't fucking matter.
Bottom line is,
You
there,
have
you're
no
gonna do
place
that.
in
Right.
this society.
Right.
So whatever behavior you come with, eventually I'm gonna find a way to demonize the shit.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the behavior is, right? You could save them. We was making jokes the other day about the goddamn test.
Right.
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 And one of the things I said I struggle with sometimes is when they find the dude with the Popeyes chicken bag on his head to do the interview. You remember that? But and I specifically brought up this case in Ohio when I was like, you remember when he found a little girl, some little white runaway girl who's been missing for XYZ amount of years? This man found this woman. He ain't had no teeth, ignorant as hell. But I did exactly what the media did. I villainized this motherfucker for his appearance. You know what I mean? And then the media, when they said he found a little white girl, they went back to his fucking record. Like he had a record for doing XYZ. But that's not what the fuck he was talking about. What he was being there for is being celebrated as a hero for finding this girl who'd been missing for 6 fucking years. Nobody focused on that part of the conversation. Because no matter what the fuck you do, you're not offered humanity.
Right.
No matter what the fuck you do.
Right.
You could be Superman.
Don't
Don't matter. They
Don't
will
matter.
make a way to villainize you. It's like Batman. Like the real Batman. After a while, he started doing wild shit. The city was like, man, we don't really fuck
Right.
with dude.
What the fuck with dude? He didn't save everything.
Yeah, he
Don't
done
matter.
saved everything. And it's exactly the black male experience.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's some wild shit.
No, that's absolutely a real thing. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's tuning in on YouTube, man. We appreciate y'all. We always chopping it up with everybody that's watching on Facebook. We certainly appreciate y'all. But shout out to everybody that's watching it on YouTube as well. We see y'all out there. We
Ron, is that
appreciate
Newport's
y'all.
in your head?
And
Okay, I was finna say. Get it together.
and I wanted y'all clowning on YouTube too. Like y'all are hilarious. I'm not even gonna get
we ain't
into
gonna
some
read
of the
the
shit
YouTube
y'all
comments.
get into, but y'all are absolutely hilarious.
Hey, YouTube, we hear you, man.
on
We
y'all.
hear you, YouTube, and we
you-
agree.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. Who said that anyway?
Shame, blame,
Shame, blame.
and name game.
Shame, blame,
and name game.
That shit is
We
hilarious.
hear you, shame, blame, name
and
game.
we don't disagree with you. Guys,
that's
funny.
hilarious.
Who's the white guy? Anyhow, Ready Rock says I blame integration. I think
It's
that
not
plays a
integration,
role.
though. It's slavery. It's the basic construct, right? So it's the basic construct, and it goes back to.
Yeah, but I think go ahead.
But it's the construct in which slavery was built upon, right? If you cripple the man, you have nothing to worry about. You'll be in power forever. If you keep the male crippled, you understand me? So again, like I said, we don't even really fully know the totality of the context of slavery. Like we talk about buck breaking and shit. We talk about that. It's kind of from this very surface ass level. Man, they had homosexual farms. Like they was busting men who wasn't on that in the booty just to show this woman that I got power. It's I got power,
And he don't.
You
need to look down upon him.
Period.
Right.
This is less than a human being. This is less than a man.
Right.
He can't save you from shit.
Right. He ain't as good as me. Look what I can do. He can't do shit about it.
I can do whatever I want to do to him, you, and your child.
Right in front of his face, he ain't gonna do shit.
Right. And all that shit rolls over. So to say it's integration, I don't know. It's the very design.
Yeah.
Right. So going back to the Amos Wilson quote of a man is something to be achieved. It's a goal, right? Manhood is an achievable goal. So, and part of that achievable goal has to be in conquering the society in which you are afforded.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
No, that's real. That's real. I do think that there is a piece of the integration piece that does come into the fold here when you talk about this desire to want to be integrated into this mainstream society, right? And then what impacts come along with that? What type of ideologies, what type of beliefs can then be imparted upon you? What type of control comes with being integrated into society that controls all of the mass messaging that goes out? And so if that mass messaging says, yo, black men are demons. Black men are dangerous. Black men are always armed, whether they actually are or not, right? That is something that will absolutely have an impact on the larger society. Why am I hearing that, bro? That is something that will absolutely have a larger impact on society as you go through. I think you got to be careful about that.
Gardis made this point, and somebody else made the point earlier in the comments. And Gardis says if it was Dwayne Wade's transsexual child, it wouldn't have been a conversation either.
Yeah, because that's okay.
Right? The other comment, I can't remember who made the other comment, but they said you can. Might have been Steve Jenks. He said you can show a black child wearing a dress and it's not sexualized,
but you can't show him hugging his father.
But you can't show him hugging his father. Just think about that in comparison.
It's crazy.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
We legitimately stand up and fight for the child to have the rights to choose his gender.
And right.
Think about that shit.
Right. God already gave you one.
But wait a minute, there's a large scale conversation around D Wade's son's right to paint his nails, wear belly tops, and wear dresses.
At 11.
At whatever age. Like people will fight you for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This conversation is shaped in that same context. But this boy isn't even allowed the vulnerability to hug
He
on his
can't
father.
hug his father.
Ain't that a bitch?
This son can become a daughter. This son can't hug his father. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
some wild shit to me, man.
It's wild as fuck. And to think that it's not intentional, to think that is not coming with a larger agenda in mind is negligent at best and irresponsible and ignorant at worst. That's a problem.
There's some wild shit out here, brother. But, until we start, again, this is the difference between having black conversations on the black network versus having black conversations on the white network. We need to be addressing this shit head on because it does have larger implications than just how we feel about some shit.
Yeah, fuck how you feel. This is what's actually happening. And we're going to talk about it as we always do, unapologetically, right here on I Said What I Said. We got to take a break. When we come back from break, I reached out to my brother over the last break, man, and I'm thinking we can pull him into the show because I told you my cousin, Eric, is probably the most affectionate parent that I know in terms of being how he is with his sons. My brother's like that with his son, too. My brother had 3 girls first, and then he had a boy, and he treats him the same way he treated those girls always growing up, picking them up, kissing them, all that kind of stuff. And so I hit him up and say, hey, give me a few minutes to talk about this with you. So we'll have that conversation in the 4 o'clock hour as well. We may have Don Boatman pop in and hang out for a minute. In the 5 o'clock hour, we will be joined by the infamous Syndicate ahead of their replay. 20-year anniversary of their album Changing the Game. Shauna and Tifa will be in the studio with us, and then they'll be hanging out at 6 o'clock. Y'all make sure y'all stick around for all of that. This is I Said What I Said, Herman 2 till 6. We'll be right back.
Joined by Dartisha Pitts, Esquire. I asked you to join us on the Book of Dawn because you are that girl. And I wish more of us did take the time to honor each other as women and successful women because our unity, I truly believe that. Dartisha Pitts serves as the General Counsel for the Office of the Illinois Lieutenant Governor. In 2017-18, she served as the President of the Cook County Bar Association.
Becoming an attorney was almost default. I think it was more so a personality thing. I always wanted to advocate for those who couldn't advocate for themselves. And growing up, I would get in trouble for that. Because my mom, be like, look, they're not even talking and you talking. You be quiet. I kind of almost felt the injustice for others, sometimes even more than I feel the injustice for myself. I would say in high school, I was the sophomore class president. So I've always taken leadership positions to push the voice of my colleagues. I'm also from the South Side. I've seen so many injustices that I always felt like our community, our families, where do you go? I've seen and been victim of from family where you've been victim of a slumlord. How do you address and get a remedy in that situation? I grew up in an environment where the police would be in the community and you would see the police harass those on the block for no reason. How do you get a remedy? Everybody talked about a lawyer, but nobody knew how to access one directly. And I think that was my drive to continue to be an advocate. I didn't know it was going to be a lawyer, though.
You apply and get accepted at Northern Illinois College of Law. Did you go directly after undergrad to law school?
No, I actually, right after undergrad, I moved to Washington, D.C. to work at a international law firm, Skadden Arps, Slate, Marr & Flom, in their corporate section. And I was a legal assistant for a year. When I got there, and I realized how much I was making and how much those attorneys were making, who did go straight through. They weren't that much older than me. That influenced my law school trajectory. But I realized that although they did well, the type of work was not meaningful and purposeful enough for me. I wanted to be connected to the community. So I came back home and went to law school. I took 2 years out in between undergrad and law school.
And you not only complete, as many do, but you actually then take and pass the bar. Because that's the tricky piece. Lots
on the first try.
There you go. A full anomaly right there. And I think it discourages some potential students or people from going into law because that bar exam is, first of all, not easy to pass on the third try, but for somebody to pass it on the first try is indeed confirmation that you were doing what you were supposed to do.
Yep.
The Book of Dawn, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Maze Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like Maze said. Randy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I done had a heart attack.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah?
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
WIFTBPM.
Doc said that ain't paranoia, that's anxiety. Either way, I can feel
that's
when
smooth
people
right there.
watching me. I don't know if it's the women or if it's the clothes. When I walk inside the room, these haters get exposed.
I got bars, bro.
For a minute, fell into a bag.
This is I Said What I Said. We are live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios alongside Tucson Warner. My name is Herb Howard. Thank y'all so very, very much for tuning in. Joining us live in the studio for this here 4 o'clock hour is the one and only Miss Don B, and the B is absolutely for bullshit. Yo, Flo, who is that spitting? Who is that spitting, Joe? See,
it's Who's the White Guy's record.
It's too much. It's too much. You put one white guy in the studio. Now you can't get a response from the producers and the engineers. Yo, Flo, I'm asking you a question.
Was the first, no, I heard you. No, I'm saying.
Listen,
as soon as you put a white man in there, then they stop listening to us.
Now they listening to Who the White Guy.
I was trying to figure out the name of the song for you, brother.
They trying.
The artist, and I don't know the name of the artist. He just says sacrifice.
Ask Who's the White Guy. He has all the answers.
They're having a conversation with Who's the White Guy. And we can't even communicate.
He don't know what to do.
Right.
Look at the white guy's face.
Who's the white guy? Always messing up communication between black men.
Oh, God. He finna have a breakdown.
Don, what's going on, love? How are you today?
Chilling like a villain.
You all good?
Word. How are you?
Hey, if I was doing any better, I'd sell myself, man. I ain't had a bad day yet.
Oh.
I do want to tell you this though.
Not yet, till I sat down. I know.
No, I ain't never had a bad day for real. We told the Is Wiz fam that you might pop in on I Said What I Said Today.
Right.
And then the good brother Steve says
The B is for bang, 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 ski, ski,
the
ski.
B is for bang, bang. And he is at you for real. Because when we said you're going to pop in the show, he said, I'm trying to pop into Don.
Girl, please. I'm not stable enough to pop shit, but pop my mouth. Well,
that worked for him
that
too.
works too.
Hey, Steve said he take
Round of
what he
applause.
Send me your resume.
make that mouth pop.
Send me your resume, Steve.
Send me your resume. What would you like his resume to? How would you like his resume to
I
read?
just want to see what he's about, what he's done, who he's done.
Who he's
what
done.
done.
Get into your business.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't want to know how many bodies and shit. Like, is it a bitch that's going to potentially call me because he's calling me?
Don't nobody know you like that. They
That's
know you
hilarious.
You know, once you start dealing with a man, you have to ask, does somebody else think that you are a man too?
What?
If you're dealing with a guy, one of the questions is there someone, you say, no, I don't have a girlfriend. Is it someone that thinks they have a boyfriend by your name?
I used to say that a lot when I was a kid. I used to tell women, I was like, I don't go with you, you go with me.
So that's what I'm be clear. Because she
I'll
would be
go
the
with you,
one.
you go with me, shorty.
She would be the one calling me.
No, I wouldn't. I don't. As an adult, I don't play those games. As an adult, we gonna keep it a buck right off the bat.
Some men do.
Yeah, that's the only way to play the game. But anyway, Don, we got off into a conversation today about the lack of acceptance for black men, black fathers specifically, being affectionate with their children. There was a video that surfaced.
Being able to show affection with
Right,
their children.
right. There was a video that surfaced of Wiz Khalifa kissing his son in the mouth, and there was also a picture of Smokey Norfolk hugging his son, like kind of like cuddle with his son while his son was sleeping on his chest. And there's a level of outrage about it that people think that's unacceptable. People think that is not okay. You have a young son.
Two.
You have all right. They both boys. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought you had a boy. I knew that. I'm sorry. So you have two sons. How do you feel about their father like kissing them in the mouth? Do you think that's cool now? And would it become? Would they reach a point where it's not okay? How do you feel about affection from fathers to their sons?
Just hug your sons. I'm okay with that. I saw that one picture. He was cuddling his son, his 16-year-old. He was 16.
Yeah.
I know, okay, we're not talking about women because I was going to say I'm going to hug my kids forever. But I love when their dad embraces them. It shows love. It shows that it's okay to be affectionate.
Yeah.
All right? That plays out later in their life. Kissing in the mouth, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's to each their own. He doesn't do it. My husband doesn't do it. He tells them not to do it. They'll kiss me, sometimes in the mouth. Well, Ethan will. 7-year-old won't.
So why it's cool to kiss you in the mouth and not him?
I'm okay with it. He's not okay.
Okay,
He's uneasy.
Mm-hmm.
And he feels like men don't kiss men, even that it is his son. Even though it's his son. But I'm like, yo, well, it gets weird when is it tongue involved or some shit?
Is it tongue involved?
Stop it.
That's
like, I feel like the way you choose to embrace your children is how you choose to embrace your children. I thought it was fine when the pastor was hugging his son. I did see Wiz Khalifa. It was a little weird. It was.
What do you think is weirder? The fact that this has become a real national story, at least in the community, or
That's the whack shit.
Wait, but what do you think is weirder? Or that level of rejection of that energy, or that level of accepting the energy when they put out the Dwayne Wade child or other young boys with that what's the other girl? Charlize Theron raising the little boy.
That's another sense of anger for me. That whole shit, especially Charlize.
Why is it different?
Because she started this shit when they were like 1.
So she didn't conform. He just didn't conform to being a girl.
She
he
wanted
didn't
a girl.
Have a choice.
I said, why the fuck didn't you adopt a girl then? I mean, sure, my son has grabbed some pink shit. We've been playing with friends, and it was girls. They've grabbed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't say, oh, that means he wants to wear a tutu forever. Let's get him in a tutu.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you want to be frozen for Halloween? Go for it, little boy. No, I didn't encourage it. Yeah. And right now, I have asked my son, like they have this, they play Roblox, some shit, and you can change the character and hair, and Ethan was running around on the screen with pink hair, and I said, why do you have pink hair? He was like, it's just a costume. I could take it off. And I was fine with that. I wasn't like, take that pink hair off of you. You a boy.
So I've kind of like, I haven't withdrawn from the conversation, but I don't place a whole lot of value in my personal opinion. Although I'm cool with it, I think it's healthy. I think it's fine. But because I, one, don't have children, and two, I don't have a father, I don't have much personal experience in this particular dynamic. And so over the last break, I reached out to my brother, who, you know, obviously grew up in the same house. He doesn't have a father either,
right?
But he is now a father himself. And so I reached out to him, and he's very affectionate with his children, 3 girls, and then his youngest is a boy. And he the same way with his boy. So I reached out to him and actually still a couple of minutes of his time, pulled him away from what he was doing. So I'm going to pop him in the show real quick. Welcome to the show, my brother, Ron. Ron, what's going on, my brother?
What's up, man? What's good?
Not too much, man. Appreciate you hopping on, man. You ain't never been on the show, man. This is I Say What I Said. Obviously, you know me. That's two. That's my brother,
what
Ron.
up, though?
What's up, man?
And Don is in here hanging out with us, man. Iswiz family. This is my brother, Ron Howard. He's 3.5 years older than me. He's my older brother. You such a hater. You get him on the nerve.
Man, we see where all the looks came from. Who got all the looks. Hey, Ron. I'm doing B. B is for beautiful.
You are such a hater. B is for beautiful. B is for buster. B is for buster. Anyway, let me stop. So anyway, Ryan, we're having a conversation today about the lack of acceptance towards male affection, specifically as it relates to their children, black male affection as it relates to their children. I've observed you be very affectionate with your children, your 3 girls, your 3 oldest first, but then when your son came, the very, very same way, right? Not making a clear distinction between how you're going to be with him versus how you are with them. Talk us through a little bit of your philosophy on being affectionate with your children and specifically your son.
Yeah, well, I think listening to you know, talk about, you know, not having a dad. I didn't have one either, and so you know there was no.
He did say that.
There was no like blueprint, you know what I mean, as far as how that goes. But I think it was a blessing that I had daughters first to kind of soften the man in you that makes you feel you have to be a certain way. So I'm extremely affectionate with my daughters, and I'll always be. And so when I had my son, like, I did have to think, like, okay, man, I got a boy now. Like, what should I do? And then I'm thinking, like, what do you mean? What should I do? That's my son. Like, that's my baby. You know. Right. And so yeah, I hug him, I cuddle with him. He's 2 now. I kiss him.
35, by the way.
Right. So I kiss him in the mouth now. Now, what I do know is that, you know, as you get older, like when your mom call you whatever nickname, you know, she calls you, as you get older, you be like, Ma, come on, don't call, you know what I'm saying? So I think I'm not going to kiss him in his mouth forever. I think that will fade away, but I'll always hug my son, cuddle with my son, all of those types of things, because I think it's important for him to experience that, not only from his mom, but from his dad, that is also teaching him how to be masculine, how to teach him how to be tough, but letting him know that it's still cool to express all the emotions you have.
I dig it. Have you seen either the photo of Smokey Norfolk cuddling with his son while his 16-year-old son slept, or the video of Wiz Khalifa kissing his son?
I have not, man. I have not. But when we get off, I'm gonna definitely go check it out.
He wasn't asleep though.
Huh?
The 16-year-old wasn't asleep.
Okay.
He was like.
Yeah. So too, Ron mentioned this idea of finding it a blessing to have girls first. You had your son first, right? But you still like under the same act.
It was actually a blessing that I had a son first, right? Because I got this, and
you also had a father.
Yeah, but it rings true in this sense, right? Girls almost have an eternal attachment to their father. Boys don't, right? So you kind of got to earn that shit. You know what I mean? And just based on where I was with my old lady at the time, she was lucky I had a son first, because it forced me to stabilize myself and focus in on the entirety of our family.
Oh, look at that.
You know what I mean? It's real shit, just being honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know that boy after a while, just like you just said, right? I just listened to you and Ron. I take a little issue with how y'all address I don't have a father, right? And I get what you all mean by that. But
I mean, I'm not a science project.
He wasn't in my life. But you don't exist without him, right? But what I'm saying is, you see how easy it is for you all to just even let that part go, even though you wouldn't exist without it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
A girl, not the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That girl's gonna have that attachment in most instances.
Oh, I'm a daddy's girl.
She's gonna have that attachment. So it makes it easier if everything else ain't working the right way. My baby gonna be my baby regardless. I don't even have to work extra hard for this. But with a boy, he ain't going for that shit. So it made me anchor myself in a different kind of way.
I think that's dope. But do you think the problem in the young black community with these young black boys, do you think they weren't hugged enough? Do you think that is part of the wild?
I think it's bigger than just not being hugged enough. Part of the conversation I was having before you got here is that the totality of even us having this conversation is our inability to allow black men to be offered humanity. We don't give a shit. It's nothing we can do that makes it right. Right? So this man showing affection to his son, something's wrong. Right? It's something wrong there.
Oh, that's with some clowns. I don't think it
was. It's a lot of people who feel that way. That's why it's a conversation.
It's a lot of people though, right? So and again, we could easily mark that off as some clowns. But I say that behavior is attached to the same behavior that the white woman has when you walk past her car and she hits the locks. No matter what you do, you're criminalized. No matter what you do, you're less than.
Oh yeah, that's with everything in life.
For black men.
For black men.
Well, some white boys weren't hugged and.
But the white woman ain't locking their door.
I lock my door when you walk past. And the only reason I don't do it.
When we walk past.
When anybody walks past.
Oh, okay.
And if I don't do it, I'll be ridiculous. First of all, because you don't know who the fuck gonna run up in your door. And sometimes when I'm walking towards a black man or just a man, I have to be strong enough so I don't want that if it's a black man.
Right. Why'd you say a black man specifically first?
I don't want, it's because we talking about black men.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's an attachment to the brand of black men.
I don't want black men to feel like that's what I'm doing. Like I'm scared. I stand my ground to let them know I'm not scared of you, even if you are about to do whatever
But why does that even have to be the approach? Why do we have to expect fear?
If you walk down the street and who's the white guy was walking up towards you, would you clutch yourself like that? Like, oh shit?
Yeah, I intentionally do that shit.
Just to fuck with him?
Yeah. But see, what I
Flo
do.
and who's the white guy? Which one's gonna make you fearful?
Right, you looking through that glass.
They both have a similar haircuts.
Who's the white guy?
They have beards.
Who's
Which one would you be more fearful of? Who's the white guy or Flo?
Who's the white guy?
Who's the white guy? He does kind of look like a damn serial killer.
Goddamn, he might have an AR-15.
Who's the white guy? Mike got 17 people tied up in his basement right now.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
However, I intentionally, like, that comes to my mind because we are brainwashed and we are brainwashed to know, oh, the black man might steal you, right? So I do not do that, even though when people, I'm just conscious anyway. Yeah. If a person walks up on me, I'm like, let me check my surroundings.
I dig it. Listen, we got to take a break. Ron,
don't
you got to run or can you come back
here
for a quick second after this break?
No, I'm here.
All right, cool. Just hang on with us for a minute. We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll dive deeper into this conversation. Don, what do you want?
I'm talking to Tucson. You laughing at me?
I'm laughing at Garda's comment about you.
Check it out, put it in your ear. It's your girl, Shauna.
What on? It's your girl, Tifa.
And right now, we need y'all to check us out tonight, 6 p.m. Central on What's In It for the Black People Media. And what we gonna be doing, Tifa?
What? We playing it back, changing the game. We talking about the album. We talking about the inspiration. We talking to people that we collaborated with, all the illest creators in the city of Chi and beyond. Man, I don't know what you doing at 6, but you better be right here.
Yeah.
Talk about it. What's in it for the black people? Infamous. We playing it back, changing the game. Shauna, Tifa,
and you know what we about to do? We about to make Chicago rap again, baby. You feel me? Let's get it. Hey family, this is Dawn Millhouse from the Book of Dawn. Christmas and holiday time means giving to me. Make certain that you give of yourself to somebody else. This is Dawn. Happy holidays from the Book of Dawn.
WIFTBPM.
Where my steppers at? This is retired State Senator Ricky Hendon. This is my new song, Be My Christmas. It's on my House Party CD, produced by house music icons King Farley. It's available available on my website, HollywoodHinder.com, various streaming platforms, and CDs. The album also has songs like We Getting Lit and Rona Money. Get the House Party CD in time for Christmas and New Year's Eve. This is our new song, We Getting Lit. Just in time for New Year's Eve. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Go to HollywoodHinder.com and get my music. Let's bring in 2021. Ricky Hollywood Hendon. Don't forget me, y'all.
This is the king of house music, Farley Jack Master Funk, and I endorse Hollywood, Ricky Hendon. Let's go to work.
WIIFTBPM.
Welcome back. We are live from inside the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios alongside Toussaint Warner. My name is Herb Howard. This is I Said What I Said. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. Joining us live in studio is the one and only Don B. And as we all know, the B is for bullshit.
Stands for bad, bitch.
Beat it, B. Told you it's bullshit. Joining us on the live line is my big brother, Ron Howard, is hanging out with us, giving us his personal perspective as a father, one who is unapologetically affectionate with not only his daughters, but with his son as well, as we've gotten off into a conversation about the inability or the lack of acceptance for black fathers to be affectionate with their children in the wake of this huge backlash and response to the simple fact that Wiz Khalifa kissed his son in the mouth and Smokey Norfolk was hugging his child as they laid up on the couch or wherever the heck they were. And so that is the conversation that we are in the middle of. Thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. As always, your input is valued. It is certainly appreciated, and it's hilarious. I love how y'all are coming at Don right now. Gardis, especially you. Keep it up. Good job.
Gardis don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Good job. Good job.
He didn't get hugged as a shorty. That's why.
Good job.
I got to add.
Gardis said he adding 20 points to your white score. So, Ron, yesterday we took this survey that kind of, it was a self-assessment. And if you answer the questions honestly, and it'll give you a score that will kind of identify how closely you assimilate to, you know, white culture or whiteness, right? Ask you about how comfortable are you around white people and, you know, preferences about physical appearance and that kind of stuff, right? We also are in the middle of an absolutely, what I think it's probably going to be a hilarious experiment, as Who's the White Guy has just taken the survey as well. So at some point we're going to get into how Who's the White Guy scored on this particular survey.
Can a white guy take this?
Yeah, we trying to see how black Who's the White Guy is.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out what he did on his score. So when we come back from the 4:30 break, Flo, have that score tallied up so we can get Who's the White Guy score on the survey. I'm very, very curious to find out how Who's the White Guy score on that particular survey.
White boy got a nickname behind his name.
What's his nickname?
White Boy Clutch. Wait, what is it?
It's Who's the White Guy.
It's Who's the White Guy.
His name, it's Who's the White Guy. That's his name.
Whitey Clutch.
Yeah. Anyhow, moving right along. Moving right along.
Mace.
What is Mace doing?
I don't know. He playing with that hard black shit pretty good.
Whoa.
He was screwing the mic. I'm talking about this.
Whoa.
He had the mic.
We are going to keep it pushing, okay? That's what we're going to do.
What? Wait a minute.
What?
Get back on the internet, perv.
What are you talking about?
Gregorius.
His name is Gardis. Can I get a hug from you, Don? They be at you. They like you.
No. I'm a sellout, okay?
That don't mean they ain't trying to pipe. Like they cool with that.
Cause see, look at that. He think I'm a white girl. Now he think I'm a white girl.
Oh no, she came at you.
I was talking about the mic.
Oh, she made all kind of homosexual inferences about you.
I'm watching it on the screen.
She said you look mad familiar squeezing the microphone like that.
That's not what I said, son. I said he knows how to work that hard black shit, and then I noticed it was a mic.
Whoa.
Then you noticed it was a mic.
Whoa, pipe down. This is going left.
Anyhow, left.
I'm going to try and get us back in some semblance of on track.
Show get popped in or like that?
No, everybody pops in on I Say What I Said because they really want to be on I Say What I Said.
I understand.
Like Maze always hate on I Say What I Said, but he really
I'm going to wake my ass up
honorary
early
member of I Say
tomorrow
What I
just so I
Said.
can pop in.
Yeah, I'm going to get here early tomorrow. Just pop in on the Maze Jackson show in the morning all the time.
Dare you.
Anyway, man, let me get back to this conversation, man. I pulled Ron out of what appeared to be like a training or practice session or something. So appreciate your time, man. When you see I know you haven't seen the videos, but how do you feel just in general about the backlash that comes with that type of behavior? When you hear people kind of upset that Wiz Khalifa kissed his son in the mouth, now who his mom is notwithstanding, because that's a whole nother thing. It would be okay for Amber Rose? It would be okay for Amber Rose to kiss that boy in his mouth, even though her mouth is a lot more in question.
Everywhere.
Her mouth is a lot more in question than that of Wiz Khalifa. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel when you hear that type of response to black men being affectionate with their children as a black father? Great. I asked him the question right as he dropped off the screen.
Hello?
I got you. Hold on. Let's pop you back in. You
Am
good?
I on?
Yeah, you good. Go ahead.
Can
Ron?
you hear me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I can't really hear you.
You can't hear me? All right.
Hello?
We'll try.
You know what?
Ryan, whenever you can hear me, we can hear you. Go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
No, you still can't hear me.
Okay, to the point of being kissed in the mouth. Now, I think it's fine to kiss your children in the mouth, but when they start to get older and go through different feelings in their body, that's when you have to be clear, because that might change innocently with a kid. You just can't be a 10-year-old kissing your mom or dad in the mouth, in my opinion. Put it right there.
Yeah,
because them feelings internally might start to feel different, just naturally, innocently. So and that goes to just keeping your kids aware and discussing sex with your child and the feelings and emotions.
Why is that even a sexual act, though? Why is that a sexual?
It's not sexual at all.
Right.
What I'm saying is this: at a certain age, you start to feel sexual, and you equate. It's sexual when I kiss a man. It's sexual.
Ron, we got you back in. You hear me now?
You know what I mean? Like, let's be real.
But a man and your daddy or a man and your mama is
it's not
it's different.
You're right. But what I'm saying is you have to be clear. That's why people are so uncomfortable with seeing this shit.
I think we
because they
automatically create a paradigm that makes sex that motherfucking serious.
They make it sexual. But if you keeping it clear, like it plays to your people being brainwashed. All right, it cannot be innocent. People didn't get hugs and kisses when they were. My mom stopped hugging me around 3rd grade because as I was older, I said,
just figured it out.
She didn't stop but I feel like for a while.
It all makes sense.
It all makes sense now.
It all makes sense.
She used to
She left me in the alley.
Right.
I was found in the alley.
Oh,
no,
my
I think
goodness.
she started fighting with my dad
Hilarious.
more, and she kind of
distanced herself from you
a little bit. And my brother, I have an older brother, and so it's just about communication, in my opinion. I love that. I loved seeing Wiz hug his baby, and apparently that's what he does. His son likes to be kissed in the mouth, but the pastor with the son hugging the son, I loved it so much.
So I think that, and Don Millhouse, host of the Book of Don here on What's in It for the Black People Media, she made a good point before we came into the studio. She was saying that even if you don't sexualize it, and I see Shanita making a similar point. I don't know if it's exactly what she's saying, but Don was saying that she doesn't think that parents should kiss their children in the mouth because, as she put it, they do grown folk stuff with their mouth, right? So your kids run in your room first thing in the morning, you kiss them in the mouth, although you just got done performing fellatio or cunnilingus or whatever the hell it may be, and that may be an issue, right? I get it. And again, I don't have no experience with this on either side of it, not as a father, not as a son. So I don't understand it. Ron, I was asking you right before we kind of lost connection with you. How do you feel about the response to this when you see people being so upset by that kind of behavior?
All right. Well, for one, the sexual aspect of it, like that shouldn't even be. That's not even in the same on the same planet. So you know what I mean. As far as kissing your kids in the morning, if you just got done doing something, you shouldn't kiss your kid right now. It's not. I don't think that's up for. That shouldn't be up for debate. But so I don't. Yeah. So I don't really get that one. But as far as being affectionate with your sons, I think that's kind of been in our community that our men have to be macho and tough, and we can't be soft.
Right.
And somehow your father kissing you on the mouth when you were a kid or hugging you is gonna make you soft. And I just think that all of our fathers should forget that. Hug your sons. kiss your sons. Again, I feel like there's going to come a point where I'm not going to kiss my son in the mouth anymore. And I think it's going to come around the time where he starts not wanting to be called the little nicknames we call him. You know what I'm saying? Like when mama would call me certain names and I start, feeling myself a little bit and the girls start noticing me and I'm like, Ma, don't call me that. Call me
You
my
mean
name.
Booby.
You know what I'm saying?
You mean
feel
Booby.
me?
Oh,
You feel
Booby.
me? Yeah. When mom would call me Booby, I'm like, yo, no, we don't do that. No,
Man, we passed Booby now.
Yeah, I'm different now. This girl like me.
I'm kissing other people. I think once I start kissing other people,
That's-
then I stop
No,
kissing my parents.
That's my point.
I would say even before that, I was, I hadn't even kissed yet. But it's like the Booby thing got to go because this girl, she like me and I know it.
Right.
So I
Booby
think
might
there
have
will
worked out
certainly
for
come
you.
a time. There will come a time, I think, where I'm not gonna kiss my son. Like, my son ain't gonna be kissing other girls and doing God knows what. I'm gonna be kissing him in the mouth. So you know what I'm saying. But he's on. Until then, I'm gonna kiss. Before I leave, I kiss my son on the mouth, and I tell him I love him. He tells me he loves me. When I get home, I kiss.
We just lost Ron again. We was about to let him go anyway, man. Ron, we lost you again, man, but we appreciate you stopping in and giving us your perspective on that piece. We got to take a break. When we come back from break, we will continue this conversation on the other side. Thanks to my brother Ron popping in on the show. We'll be right back after this.
Curious to explore the intellectual currents that channel our thoughts and frame our reality? Have you ever meditated for relaxation and accidentally discovered the universe in the process? These matters and many more you may never have even thought of will be yours to explore as you come with me into Muwak Hill's world. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 1, right here on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Hey family, this is Dawn Millhouse from the Book of Dawn. Christmas and holiday time means giving to me. Make certain that you give of yourself to somebody else. This is Dawn. Happy holidays from the Book of Dawn.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
WIFTBPM.
What's in it for the black people? Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to last, can't doze no more. I told y'all this, that dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies of the politicians. We need money, no symbolism. It's Maze and Sonya and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' start. They ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressor to solve them.
What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention. You gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it. On the count of 3, let's go.
When is my people gon' stop that hate? Look in the the mirror, realize you great. But we always argue with our brothers, but his others gon' take our place. Stay in tune and stay on top. About who for us and about who not. Just green light the black economy. Then watch all the shooting gon' stop. To my black people in power, just remember who put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario or not Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided before we gotta evolve. We confidence you with it before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' be defeated.
What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention. You gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it. On the count of 3, let's go. What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Who's telling the lies? Who's telling the truth? Black people realize the sun shines for you. So stop the divide. See what melanin do. What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention. You got.
And we are back live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. This is I Said What I Said. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb Howard. My esteemed co-host, the one and only Mr. Toussaint Werner. We are here every single weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. Thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. Joining us live in studio
is the other person,
Don B.
Don B.
Doing all of the hard work in the production studio. Behind the glass is Flo. Flo, you good in there, bro?
Flo ain't got no mic, do he?
Oh,
He's
damn,
been cut
you
off.
on mute.
You on mute.
Damn, broski. We need you to have a mic so we can find out how who's the white guy did. Why did they take your mic?
We got to get who's the white guy's test results.
Positive. Oh, they took the mic.
Oh, for that. Oh, okay. We still got to get who's
They
the white
setting up
guy's
something
test
out there?
results. They set up out there too. Yeah, I know.
Did you write the results down? You got it on paper?
Can you bring us the results for who's the white guy?
We do need who's the white guy's results. And his score
Let the
better
white
be
guy
higher
bring
than
him
mine.
in.
No.
What if his score is lower than yours? Though?
The white guy don't
everybody
get
had
on
the same
camera.
score here
Yes,
yesterday, right?
sweetie, we did.
But y'all was lying.
Don't try to play me, son.
She was lying, son.
Nah. I keep it real.
Let us get those results from who's the white guy, Flo.
1 and 5 each row, so that'll be 6.
Okay, cool. Appreciate
He got a 6.
He's okay. So we got the results for.
White guy go do the black people work.
He should be out picking cotton or something.
Low cotton only. Low cotton.
So we got the results from who's the white guy taking the survey. If you didn't catch yesterday's episode, of I Said What I Said, we all took a survey that was a bit of a self-assessment that would allow you to kind of be self-reflective about how much you are beholden to white supremacy in this country. How do you experience white people? And do you have a psychic trauma as it relates to it? Tu just pulled up the survey, so let me pop it up on the screen real quick.
Only one he scored on was the police trauma.
Yeah, so we finna see what
number one.
We finna see what who's the white guy scored on. So who's the white guy's test result? He scored a 0 on number 1. He scored a 1 on number 2.
The number 2 question was,
what is number 2?
Speaking to whites,
when
I
speaking to
consciously
whites,
try to alter my grammar and pronunciation so that I sound more like them, proper. So he tried.
So
to
even
impress
as a white
people
dude,
with
he's still
whiteness.
trying to impress white people. You know what I'm saying?
So he has to start changing his whole diction. He starts speaking like he's from Britain or something.
Right.
Touche.
Why art
Please
thou?
pass the Grey Pouton. Where art thou?
But that does speak to the influence and how much the disease of white supremacy spreads, right? They are infected with it just like we are infected with it. Question number 3, he scored a 3 on. What is
He's
question
scared of
number
the
3?
white police.
He's scared of white police?
Yeah, he's scared of white police. Same as everybody. Everybody's gonna score on that police question because everybody's a fucking coward.
I think he lying.
He might be.
Because we played a video yesterday with a white dude talking to the police all kind of crazy.
Oh,
that's true, and he had a gun on him too.
I just think when you come in What's in for the Black People Media Studio, it's like, yeah, fuck those police. You're like, my dad's the cops.
that on number 6? Is that a W?
Okay. Yeah. Flo, what is this, bro? On number 7, what is that? Oh, no, he didn't score. Never mind. He scratched that out. The only other thing he scored on was, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. He scored a 1 on number 19. What is question 19?
Oh, when I consider traveling abroad to become more cultured, my first choice is a place in Europe, such as Paris or London, rather than a place in Africa. Well, that makes sense.
That makes sense. He want to go see
his
people
cousins. Yeah.
More so than our people.
But I want to get to this.
He scored a total of 5 on his assessment.
What's that 7?
It's nothing. I think he just put something down and then crossed it out. Is what I think Flo did.
What is question number 7?
That's why I asked, because number 7's question is, when I go to events where I'm the only black person in attendance, I feel self-conscious.
Oh, so it's like an NA.
He put NA.
It's like non-applicable.
Fuck all that. When you go to black events, you're the only white person there. Do you feel self-conscious?
Yeah, who's the white guy? Do you feel self-conscious when you go to an event and you're the only white person in the room who's the white guy? Do you feel self-conscious about that? Have you ever been to such event other than today?
He's here.
Right now. Is today the first time you've been the only white person in the room?
No. That beard. Look at that beard.
Have you? Have you ever been in the room
He's been
other
to a
than
rap
today
concert
when you're the only white person in the room?
He has a fade.
Okay, cool.
I think he goes to Chicago State.
He has a nickname.
What's the HBCU?
So who's the white guy scored a 5 on his assessment? He is not all that beholden to white supremacy from the lens of being a black person in this country, although he himself was honest in answering some of those questions about, he feels some of the same shit. That was funny to me. I don't know if it was funny to y'all, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Boosie, call that man by his name. Stop all that.
Yes, who's the white guy?
It's who's the white guy.
Who's the white guy?
Okay, that
it's
is
the
his
full name.
That is the name. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. Who's the white guy? That is his name. Okay. So anyway, man, what's up, Don?
She asked you a question.
No offense. When Don be done with her feature.
When you done with these nuts.
You picking a fight now.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
why would you say something as no offense? Why couldn't you just ask a question?
Hold another note, though. Have you all seen the Red Table Talks where Jada Pinkett is
5 o'clock, Shanita.
But I'll be back tomorrow.
Talking about when Jada Pinkett is talking with Olivia Jade. Have y'all seen that?
Olivia J.
So the lady who they paid $500,000 so she can go to University of Southern California.
College?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one yet.
So I'm gonna pull this up real quick, and I just want us to. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, of course, because
That's why we're calling him a white guy.
All this shit is trash.
ROW late.
I want us to look at just the first part of it.
Okay, my bad. I ain't got to put up.
It's all good. I'm just setting it up. And I can't even.
Jada's blonde.
Let me know when you want me to pop it on.
Pop it on now.
Onto the main screen. Okay, can we hear it?
I don't know.
Hey, Flo, do we got sound coming from this thing? Do we got sound coming from here? Through this phone line thing, we need sound coming from here so we can play a video off this computer.
So I don't know what's going on. Flo don't have no mic, so we don't have to get deep into that. But here's what was interesting about this, right? So you're sitting at the table with this white girl here, whose mom paid for her to go to college. Mom and dad paid $500,000 for her to get accepted to the University of Southern California.
Enrollment for hire scandal.
Right. You're sitting at the table with her, Jada Pinkett Smith, Willow Smith, and Grandma Smith, whatever her name is. I don't know Grandma Smith's name.
Grandma Jada.
Grandma Jada. And Grandma Jada says in the intro, hey, I really don't want to talk to this white woman. She says, I don't really give a fuck about her. I don't think she should come to our table. I don't think that she should have chosen us to be the first person she has a conversation with. I don't think this is an experience that we should be validating. At all. Mm-hmm. And Jada responded, well, no, Grammy, I disagree. Because sometimes I feel the same way as her parents in regards to like Willow and Jaden. And I would think about doing some of the similar things. And Grammy said, no, I think you're confused, right? I think you're having two different conversations.
Yes.
Right? Willow and Jaden have privilege. That is what it is. Right, and you surely would probably access your privilege to get them certain advantages in life. It is what it is. But in what she was doing, she was accessing her privilege while depriving people who lack the opportunity to get to school.
Stepping
They were
on top of it.
legitimately stealing scholarships from children who were actually worthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're doing the math on that, 90% of that would probably break down to minority or African American students. You know, specifically when you start thinking about those kind of top tier schools. And one,
It's been there the whole time.
I was good with. I like Grammy. Grammy like fuck.
Grammy
this
Yeah, we
shit.
can't get the sound out.
Gimme.
Gammy.
Try to play it.
Hey,
see if we got sound.
hey, y'all pulling my computer off the table. Hold on, what's happening here? Pull it
Now-
now. You can pull it now. You can pull it now.
The mama, because the mama didn't go on. She's
Anyhow,
in
we'll
jail.
get that worked out.
That's the daughter that's on there.
You say
Right.
what? Yeah, that's the daughter.
Her
She's
mom
in.
is
The
in
mom is in jail.
jail.
But she's in jail for I think 2 weeks. She has a 2-week sentence
Yeah.
that she has to go to
See if
jail
you can put
for.
it back into. You should have sound.
And when you think about it in context, there are black women in jail right now for years for writing their child up for a different school
A different
district.
address. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're
And I
going to take a
think
break.
that
When we come back
Jada
from break,
gets-
we'll have that video. Is that
Okay.
cool?
That's fine.
Let's take a break. When we come back from break, we'll have sound for that video so we can dive deeper into this conversation before the bottom of the 4 o'clock hour. This is I Said What I Said. His name is Tu. My name is Herb. Don is in here with us. We'll be right back.
Don B. Oh.
Hey, check it out. Put it in your ear. It's your girl, Shauna. What on? It's your girl, Tifa. And right now, we need y'all to check us out tonight, 6 p.m. Central on What's In It for the Black People Media. And what we going to be doing, Tifa? What? We playing it back. Changing the game. We talking about the album. We talking about the inspiration. We talking to people that we collaborated with. All the illest creatives in the city of Chi and beyond. Man, I don't know what you doing at 6, but you better be right here. Yeah. Talk about it. What's in it for the black people? Infamous. We playing it back, changing the game. Shauna, Tifa, and you know what we about to do? We about to make Chicago rap again, baby. You feel me? Let's get it.
Tune in every Sunday. Don't miss it. Live from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios. It is the Kickoff Kickback. Join the conversation with the brothers, Eugene McIntosh, Herb Howard, and myself, Terrence Tomlin.
We got analysis live from the stadium. The brother Joe Lewis will be following through. We got great guests coming in, players, personnel, people.
Say what? We do our thing every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, taking you right up to kickoff.
We picking the full slate of NFL games. We talking fantasy football. Gino got you covered on all the bets. It's a kickback.
Make sure y'all join the conversation. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and continue to help us push the culture forward.
Don't miss it every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, live here from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
WIFTBPM.
What's happening, good people? We are back live from the What's In It for the Black People Media Studios on this Thursday edition of I Said What I Said. Herb and Tu here with you every single weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. Don B. The B is absolutely for
banging ass bitch.
Bullshit. The B is absolutely for bullshit. She's here with us for another 9 minutes.
B for your bum ass.
If y'all can handle it.
I know you know about 9 minutes, probably 3.
Whatever. I can get it. We can get involved in 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Don't
front on me though. Don't front on me.
Who's front on you?
Heart eye emojis. Every time I walk in here,
I ain't mad at you. Do your shit.
Heart emojis pop up.
I don't think they do.
They do.
I don't think they do.
Moving right along.
Yeah. Anyhow,
moving right along.
Anyhow, too. I think we got sound.
Let's listen to these white
back
people.
proper. Let's see what's going on here. Let me pop it down this way though. Bop bop bop. See what they talking about. Go ahead.
This is Olivia Jade. But during her freshman year at the University of Southern California, Olivia's world came crashing down. Her parents, actress Lori Loughlin, known to a generation as Aunt Becky from Full House, and fashion designer Massimo Giannulli were arrested.
I'm definitely ready to address some things.
Her parents were among dozens charged for bribing and cheating to get their kids into top universities.
We're here today to announce charges in the largest college admissions scam ever prosecuted by the Department of Justice.
Lori and Massimo had hired college counselor Rick Singer, the mastermind behind the illegal college scheme.
The couple allegedly paid $500,000 to get their daughters into USC.
Olivia was at the center of the scandal. She was vilified for her entitlement, fired from brands, and removed herself from public life. Her parents are now in federal prison. Today, Olivia is finally ready to break her silence and address the controversy.
Do you have any understanding of why I would be upset at your being here? It's like, child, please.
We are about to meet with a young lady, Olivia Jade. A lot of people are going to have a lot of opinions about her story. She called and wanted to come to our table, and we all had very different feelings about it.
Yeah. You know, I fought it tooth and nail. I just found it really ironic that she chose 3 black women to reach out to for her redemption story. I feel like here we are, a white woman coming to black women for support when we don't get the same from them. It's just, it's bothersome to me on so many levels. Her being here is the epitome of white privilege to me.
I understand where you're coming from, but let me just be clear. I never want to be the thing that was done to me by white women. I never want to be that.
Okay.
I also believe that these are the kind of attitudes that feed the same thing that we're fighting. It's like people look at us, they say you're black and you're female, and they automatically put us in a category. So looking at her as being white, young, and privileged, and then putting her in a category, it's the same thing. So I just see it as this cycle.
It's not our responsibility to raise her consciousness.
There's going to be lots of people that agree with you.
100%.
And we're going to get heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get heat. I also feel like this is a practice of compassion. To me, this young girl is reaping the repercussions of some actions of her parents. When I heard her story, it just reminded me of Jaden, Willow, and Trey.
What?
It didn't remind me of them at all.
It did for me. As a parent, I'm like, ooh, I've been in that position with me thinking I know what's best for my kids. And then they suffer the consequence of it.
So you think that she didn't understand what was going on? Because they did the same thing for her sister. Bottom line, we can't act like we know exactly what happened. At the end of the day, I really feel like she gonna be okay. You know, and she's going to recover whether her ass was sitting at this table or not.
Maybe, maybe not. That's not something that we could say. It's like this. Just because you have privilege, it doesn't exempt you. The fact that Willow, for so long, suffered in silence and even turned to self-harming herself because she didn't feel like she had a right to be hurt. I've had to deal with that part as well. People go, your kids are going to be fine because they're rich. We don't care. And that's painful. And it's not true.
Exactly.
I feel like Olivia deserves a space.
Obviously you do, because I fought it, and guess what? She gonna be sitting right there.
That's what this table's about. This table's about growth.
What I'm trying to do, listening to both of you guys, is I'm sitting in between the two truths and going, okay, there has to be a way that these can blend a little bit, emerge just a little bit, because both are 100% valid and true in their worlds. My feelings are what they are.
Yeah.
And
that's okay.
Totally. Yeah. So
I get that. This is enough of this bullshit.
let's carry on.
With her high ass.
Just as long as you don't about this dumb shit.
We got like 3 minutes to dissect that bullshit before we got to hit a break. So hop into it, too.
One, I fuck with Gammy.
Gammy, I love Gammy.
Yeah, I fuck with
She's
Gammy
fine,
the long
she's
way.
smart, she's
Fine
tough,
as shit.
she's 100.
And she's honest. But what it really was just symbolizing to me is that
And she got to be like 70.
Yeah, she do got to be like 85. But what it symbolized to me is our lack of understanding of how race really works, though, right? And I wonder sometimes if it is it a lack of understanding, or is it that those like Jada in the position that Jada's in leverages her positioning to prey on us as a community, right? Because Jada's from motherfucking Baltimore, right? Daughter of a dope fiend kind of shit. You got to have a kind of unique experience, and then you move from that dope fiend Baltimore lifestyle to being at the top of the conversation for black people. You know what I mean? And now you're in, I'm sure what is a whole different kind of reality. You know what I mean? But she supersedes that experience and pushes a lie on the people. Because it's a flat out lie.
What part
Gammy's
is the lie?
right.
What part is a lie?
Gammy is completely right.
Gammy is right.
Gammy was right.
Gammy's saying this is a bullshit conversation. We shouldn't even be in this
have her ass
conversation.
on
Like, why do we give a
be
fuck?
on this channel?
She committed a crime. She's
going
going to jail.
us.
Let her goof ass get locked
She's
up.
using us and her privilege right now.
Yep.
But they had the daughter on there. Jada was coming. She had a little bit of compassion.
But it's also a sellout conversation.
Because
it's also a crossover conversation for the Red Table Talk.
she related her kids to, but see, her kids have black privilege. In my opinion, it's fucking different. It's different. Black kids with privilege. So she calls herself being compassionate and letting her get the reason out why her parents paid all that fucking money for her dumb ass to get in school.
It's not compassion. It is two things.
What is
it? It is assimilating into white culture and you know, feeling whatever for her. But I think it's also just a opportunity to take advantage of a crossover conversation. By and large, the Red Table Talk is a black woman conversation, right?
But at the same token,
the only thing that crossed over is when they had the male shit in it with what's his name, the young artist. What's his name?
August Alsina.
Shout out to him. I like his music.
Her husband. It crossed over because it's three generations of women, though.
It's 3 generations of black women, right? So I'm saying that it's a black woman conversation.
Doing what they always do.
A white woman conversation.
Laying out the red carpet for the white woman faults.
It's 3 generations. And Gammy ain't with the shit that Jada is on. And Willow is confused.
And Gammy shouldn't be with it.
I fuck with Gammy because
she got real black experience.
She's
that
rooted
Jada
in the black
ain't
experience.
Had or
and
don't
I would
remember.
assume that Jada would be rooted in that same experience. Now Willow, she could be on some lofty ass crazy shit.
She has no idea.
She has no idea.
She ain't never.
Willow was born into wealth. Willow's born to a different experience.
I would think that at least up until her 19, 20-year-old years, Jada had some experience with the authentic black experience before everybody realized that she was fine as fuck and could act.
Right now, she has it.
No, she does not.
Oh, that bitch gets served. We get served when you think, like, when you're talking about made it out, when she thinks she's made it out.
Y'all say made it out. We say
you were talking about it yesterday.
Yeah, we say you can't.
She thinks she gets served sometimes as being a black woman.
What I'm saying is
right now with all that Will Smith
I'm talking about
money.
the authentic experience. We agree that you can't elevate yourself above blackness. I understand that piece, right? The society will remind her as quick that she's a black woman when the time is appropriate. But she ain't had that authentic experience for quite some time. That's the truth.
It just amazes me how we justify white bullshit at every turn, right? We justify it every turn. Now, this is a white woman who stole opportunity from a whole host of
But
black
that was
people.
the daughter. She said she didn't know.
I don't give a fuck.
She's
She's on a black show with a black conversation.
Money all the time. What
Look,
do you mean?
they stole opportunity from a whole host of young black people who don't have opportunity.
This is true.
Right?
You're fucking right.
This same woman, Jada Pinkett Smith, because it's her show, right? Same motherfucker that vilified Snoop for calling Gail a doghead bitch,
right?
When she deserved it,
right?
Vilified him,
She deserved it.
right? Same woman slept with a 19-year-old August Alsina,
Right.
Went through that shit. Not even just slept with him, cheated on her husband. All this shit is
Not
just
cheated on her husband.
Well, they were separated. It was an entanglement.
Was she living in that house?
She was. I don't care if they were separated together or not. I think that it was within the constructs, within the parameters of their marriage for her to be fucking out singing. I don't think she cheated.
She didn't.
Okay.
Either way, you got a public persona that you're playing on. That's why you have the red table. Like, I become the voice of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm authentically the voice of, right? And you're living a fallacy. You're living a lie, right? That's cool, but do that shit behind the cameras. Do that shit behind the cameras. And what she's selling our community is that this kind of shit is okay. The girl, she didn't know, and Gammy corrected her ass right there. Bullshit, she didn't know they did the same shit for her older sister.
100%.
Keep it fuck you mean she didn't know? And then it's this idea of this is just this incident. No, this is how whiteness operates in America.
It's been going on for years.
I dig it. We got to take a break. When we come back from break, we'll have a different conversation. Don, thank you so much for coming through and hanging out. It's always something.
That's always something. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What is not is abuse, and I will be back. But today, listen, today I do my pandemic show. Just want to invite you. You can be.
Yeah, let people know.
You can come online. Find the Dawn B Funny page.
Somebody
or Dawn
put
B
it in
Boatman.
the comments. I think it was Gardis. He's been stalking you.
Oh.
Hey, you, Gardis, and Stevie link up tonight.
And
have y'all,
if you want to come,
experience and let us know how it went.
Fuck that. If you want to come out in person, it's out in Markham.
Trash.
I'll put
Markham?
the address. I'll put the address on there. It's on
It's in
163rd.
airplane
and
hangar
Highway.
in Markham. Would you say it was?
No, it's in a private location.
It's in a private secret location.
That is what it is. We got to take a break. This is I Said What I Said. Herb and 2 here with you for another hour. We will be right back.
Sandy, welcome to the Book of Dawn, and thanks for agreeing to come and sit with us. We do this thing on Wednesday called Who's That Girl, because it matters to me that the city and the people all over the world that tune in know who's that girl in Chicago. And you truly exemplify that girl.
Friend of mine, we went to Dunbar together, Jermaine Anderson, shout out. He was the general manager of the Godfrey. He was looking for a food and beverage director, and I had given him a referral, and he's like, yeah, you're next. And I'm like, Jermaine, stop it. I'm not moving. I'm happy where I am. When you talk about getting outside of your comfort zone, I was so comfortable where I was. I was scared, I was anxious, but I called a couple of people that I usually rely on, industry biz, and I was like, okay, all right, I'm just going to trust the process. And I went over to the Godfrey, just sitting and looking at the property that is now I.O. Godfrey. Before it was I.O. Godfrey, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a game changer in the city.
Absolutely it was. I'm assuming that Jermaine is a brother.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Is that the Godfrey and that hotel system, it seems like they're a little bit ahead of themselves in equality and hiring.
Yeah.
Because to run a property in that neighborhood with that kind of atmosphere, I just don't know that some of the other brands, I don't want to call them out because I can't say it factually, would take those risks with people of color.
Right.
The excellence and creativity and leadership that you were born to do in hospitality platform is really the core of who you are. That being said, I would like to go to what you do for the community, because you are a fierce advocate for teachers and schools and education and the growth of it. And because of that, you started your own foundation. Let's talk about Shy Gives Back a little bit. Can you tell us how that happened and about your incredible partners?
So Shy Gives Back, that's my baby. Myself, Corey, Marshall, and John Bodie are the 3 co-founders of Shy Gives Back. It's a social impact organization that focuses a lot on people suffering from homelessness. We focus on teachers and education, teachers as well as kids on the educational sector. Shy Gives Back was born 2 years ago, and it started from a toy drive where we were 3 people that just wanted to have a fun toy drive. John Bodie knew Corey Marshall. They went to school together. Corey was moving back from D.C. to Chicago and wanted to start this toy drive in Chicago, and John came to me and he's like, hey, I have a friend that wants to do a toy drive. Would Godfrey be interested? And I was like, yeah, Godfrey would be interested as well as I would be interested. I have friends that love to give back, and let's do it. So we did it. It was an incredible, successful event.
It really was.
We had entertainment, and if you know myself and John, like, we are into events, so it's more about the experience. We want people to come and we want people to have a good time. What are they leaving with? It's not, oh, I just went to this event, but I went to this event that's an incredible organization.
The Book of Dawn, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on What's In It for the Black People Media.
WIFTVPM. WIFTV-PM.
Oh, life is funny and then you die. That is what I always say. Welcome back, live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. This is I Said What I Said. Herb and 2 here with you each and every weekday from 3 to 6 p.m. Thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. Shout out to Don B for hanging out with us for a little while, man. Always a pleasure to. That's a lie.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna be like,
you know, she's here.
She get on our nerve, but she be here.
I know.
Let me stop.
Gave us some material for a comedy show tonight.
Let me stop. I mean? She did bite your material quick.
She gonna have to pay me for that.
Yeah, you need your intellectual property, man, at all times. At all times. You heard me, Mace?
Run that IP check.
Hey, man, thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. It is never, ever lost on us that y'all could literally be doing anything else. The fact that y'all are here with us and taking part in this particular conversation means a whole lot to us. I just feel like shouting out Tiger, man. Tiger is the absolute best.
Salute, Tiger.
Like, I mean, the absolute best. Rock with everybody, constantly marketing and promoting What's in It for the Black People Media since day one. An integral part of the entire movement. So shout out to you, Tiger. We love you dearly. Thank you so very, very much. Today we've had a few conversations. We talked about the lack of acceptance for black men being affectionate, even when it comes to with their own personal children. And we've also gone off into a conversation about what it looks like to use your semblance of privilege only to enhance somebody else's semblance of privilege. Like that's kind of crazy to me when you talk about this conversation with Jada Pinkett at the Red Table Talk with Aunt Becky from Full House after she was charged and indicted in the largest admissions for hire scandal in the history of the country. Mm-hmm. Right? She's going to do 2 months ultimately, slap on the wrist, even though she's taking opportunities away from real students who really have the opportunity who earned the opportunity to go to those prestigious institutions. Now they cannot simply because this white woman has enough money to pay for her child to go there.
You know, we really don't have any
under the table
sometimes what it means to be black in America. I say that a lot. You know, we don't. That's why you hear the conversation of equality instead of equity so many times. Mm-hmm. It's almost an impossibility to get equality out of a system that's so lopsided.
Almost, Claudia. Almost, Claudius, you're getting there, bro.
Yeah.
One more try, you'll have it.
It's almost impossible to get equality out of a system that's so lopsided, just in its very design. You know what I mean? So the conversation has to be equality. And even in the equality conversation, we have to start to create our niche and have an understanding of our niche culture.
I had a good quick interaction with the brother Claude too on Facebook about something. So shout out to you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but it's really just understanding what it means to be black in America, and that's just something we're lost on, right? That's why that ADOS conversation becomes important. That's why the real equity conversation becomes important around knowing the real numbers. Like, we have a misguided understanding about our positions in America.
It don't even matter though. Like to those amongst us who are set in their ways and decidedly emboldened to white supremacy is how I would word it. They don't give a fuck. You can hit them with every single fact that impossible. You can hit them with every single piece of history that is available. They're going to be like, no. I do know black people who own houses.
But that's just it though, right? We got to become
you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard you. I agree.
I'm just saying, like you know what I'm saying?
No, and I fully get the analogy. You know what I mean? I fully grasp what you're saying, but we have to become the more dominant voice, right? Mm-hmm. And I think we're in the time and the season of transition.
That's real.
You know what I mean?
That's
I just saw something today about the level of homelessness that's about to take place in our communities. And this was just a story about it from the Tribune about Chicago, right? And it was like 40% of the bottom cast of Chicago is about to be homeless, right? That's an insane fucking number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's specifically geared toward us and Hispanics.
100%.
Right? So to see a 40% homeless population conversation come about in the city that I live in, right? Where we're voting in incoming administration and nobody's talking about any way to stimulate that portion of the economy.
Right.
Nobody's having that
How
conversation.
do you level that off? How do you
while
sustain
we're clapping
this
and cheering that we
demographic?
got this new fucking president?
Yeah, but nobody cares because we are caught up in the symbolism, right? We just, she had on Tim's and she's black and she's an AKA. Fuck that. Okay?
fuck
Shout
that.
out to the AKAs.
What's it look like when
Shout
your
out
ass
to
came-
Tim's. Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
I
what's
like
it look
Tim's.
like when that
I like
Chicago
AKAs.
winter hit?
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, what's it look like when that Chicago winter really hitting your
You know
ass
what I'm
and
saying?
sleeping on the bus stop?
Like y'all gonna sleep in her Tim's?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna
Or-
sleep in
or
her
her
AKA
AKA
Perry?
shit? Yeah,
Like,
that's
no,
what
the
I'm
fuck
saying.
you not. Like,
But
cut
therein
the
lies
shit.
how the conversation has to be changed. The narrative has to be changed. We have to stop going with this Jada Pinkett Smith kind of conversation. And
fuck that.
Granted, but it's like that clarity of understanding, right? And it's not like a blame. It's like a understanding. Even the conversations around black men and their invisibility in our community. I don't say that shit to shame or blame women. I really, in a lot of ways, I say that shit to shame and blame men. It's time for us to man the fuck up, right? That conversation of you manhood is something to be achieved.
Sure.
We're in that moment, homie.
Dead ass.
We're in that moment.
Do you have the ability to master your environment?
Period. So right now you got to step to the plate and be a player or a warrior, however you want to look at it. But if you don't, then you're going to keep reaping the benefits or lack of benefits that this society continues to offer you. We're in a shape-shifting kind of community. We're in a shape-shifting kind of world right now.
Yeah.
We don't need you no more.
Right.
We don't need a service class anymore.
Nah, you can kick rocks, man.
Get the fuck on. And we have to decide if we're going to accept that, which it looks like we have, because what does acceptance of that mean? It means 40% homelessness. It means lack of health care. It means dying at the hands of corona.
It means more people in prison than were ever enslaved.
Yeah, it means all of the negative shit that you can attribute to our community. It means all of those fucking negatives. You know what I mean? And are we going to stand and accept that shit? Or are we willing to die for the futures of our families? Because that's a real conversation that got to be on the table. Are you willing to die for the future of your family?
Nipsey Hussle said, man, it's just come down to the fact that I'm willing to die for what I'm getting at right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how serious are you about this? How committed are you to this particular movement? And if you are not, that's fine. I'm not even here to judge you. I'm not even here to fucking debate it, right? If you on that side, at this point, that line has been clearly drawn in the sand.
But even Alvin Norton is speaking to it right now. He says black people about to be homeless, and this is a sanctuary city. So even that speaks to the lack of. There are no allies.
To the fuck you.
Yeah, there are no allies in this conversation. You are not people of color. Any elected
Ain't
official
no black and brown
that comes to
alliance.
your ass and says people of color, you need to shake the shit out of them right then and there, because there's no such thing. This is a unique conversation.
It's about
black people
based
on
It's
our
about
niche
American
and our
descendants of
lack
slavery.
our lack of access to the society. I saw some tweets for some Africans the other day because there's conversations around Harvard about how this new, and this conversation I've been having with you for a while now, but how Harvard is essentially allowing African students to take the place of, take the scholarships, kind of like this white woman who just got the scholarship.
Oh, but they tied into their numbers and say, oh, we got this many black people.
We got this many black people.
That motherfucker from Nigeria,
But it
Ghana.
fits into their conversation about affirmative action. It fits, right?
It does.
So it's a legal loophole.
Sure.
But when you understand that the very basis of affirmative action was afforded black people because of their lack of opportunity to compete within the society. So when you get an African who never had to come up through the ranks of this society, they didn't lack the opportunity to compete.
Not only that, they have zero understanding or the compassion that comes with that understanding of our experience here. And so they get here and it's like, they believe like, oh, y'all just lazy and ignorant. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all fuck up your own shit because you don't understand the systemic issues that have led to these particular outcomes.
Right. So we start to miss the understanding of lack of opportunity to compete within the society. So if you come there, just like we talked about.
I came here, I went to college. You came here for college, and you were able to do that for a reason.
Right. You were already prepared. You'd been through the systems, right? You go through, what ROM closed down, 50 schools in our communities, right? Now, you can go to our communities today, and those 50 schools are abandoned, right? But you can go through generation after generation after generation of parents who came from less than and lack and less than and lack.
100%.
And that creates a kind of
100%.
a lineage of failure, right? So when you don't have to go through those kind of those lineages, those streams, you come out above that. So when you get your ACT or your SAT and you XYZ many points ahead of little homie from 63rd, not from 64, motherfucker, you supposed to be. But you was not written into the law in the first place. The law was specific. It was specific because we had specific needs based on our specific levels of lack and our specific levels of access.
And you were cut out.
Our dumbasses keep taking that specificity and opening the door for more motherfuckers who ain't dealt with the same struggles.
Everybody's welcome. Come on in.
People of color, y'all
sit down at
get
the
it.
red table.
Yeah, come on, right?
People, DACA.
Fuck out of here, right?
Listen.
It's the Kamala Black by what standard?
Those who benefit from DACA, great. I don't have no issue. I'm not hating on it. I'm not mad at it. But I'm also not out here championing it. And like, we got real shit we need to do.
But it matters in the sense of how politics works, right? So how do we champion a community over a community's actual citizens?
Right.
DACA is for those who do not. What does it say? The DACA is the damn the letters. The acronym stands for
the Dreamers,
right? Dreamer Act. So it's based on not having American citizenship, at least having some lineage attached to not having American citizenship.
And I'm cool with it. Like I
But
get it.
think
That's
about
fine.
this from the standpoint of just government.
Right.
Fuck race, just government. We all pay taxes,
Mhm.
right? Even if you don't pay it for a paycheck, when your ass go to a store, you're paying a tax,
Right.
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 Not only are you paying taxes, but you're the descendant of a motherfucker who paid for the building of this country. You're a citizen of this country. Matter of fact, the only class of citizens that didn't come here by their own will.
I saw a motherfucker yesterday. Yeah, whatever. I saw a motherfucker yesterday that said, reparations should come in the form of, I think what he said was $100,000 checks with 1% interest rates for loans. So I just said, yo, we ain't asking for no handout here. This is a debt owed. You owe me bread. I'm not asking for no fucking favor. Hell no, it shouldn't be no fucking loan. I'm not paying you shit back. Bitch, you owe me. Fuck is wrong with you? We gotta take a break. When we come back, we'll tie up this conversation and look ahead to tonight's special event. They already, decorating the walls and getting set up out here already, getting ready for the infamous Syndicate. Shauna and Tifa will be here to celebrate the 20-year anniversary of their album, Changing the Game. This is I Said What I Said. We'll be right back.
Check it out, put it in your ear. It's your girl Shauna. What on? It's your girl Tifa. And right now, we need y'all to check us out tonight, 6 p.m. Central on What's In It for the Black People Media. And what we gonna be doing, Tifa? What? We playing it back, changing the game. We talking about the album. We talking about the inspiration. We talking to people that we collaborated with, all the illest creatives in the city of Chi and beyond. Man, I don't know what you doing at 6, but you better be right here. Yeah, talk about it. What's in it for the black people? Infamous. We playing it back, changing the game. Shauna, Tifa, and you know what we about to do? We about to make Chicago rap again, baby. You feel me? Let's get it.
Todd Stroger here, and at What's In It for the Black People Media, we would like to wish you and your family a very happy, safe holiday season.
WIFTBPM.
From the bottom, but I'm leaving on top. Before I ever put the arm and hammer in the pot, daddy went home, told mama she could leave me on the block. If a nigga need work done, ain't hard to find. If you pay the right price, I be Johnny on the spot. Paid the plug extras just to fit it with a dot. 50 in the drum, only need 3 shots. I be telling these niggas I'm surgical with it. Ain't trained to be asking, I'm trained to go get it. If it's sustained, then you know I'm gon' hit it. Take nobody with me, don't need co-defendants. No lean in my cup, I don't need codependents. No pills in my blood, just distilling some gloves. And the steamer that's built and the bitch that's in love. Cause when I need an alibi, that's where I'm gon' be. West side of Chi, that's the home of 2-3. Used to break people cars parked at the UC. Chief said stick 'em, so we stuck 'em.
I like this beat. Shit go hard. What's happening, good people? We are back. We are live from the What's In It for the Black People Media Studios alongside Tucson Warner. My name is Herb Howard. Behind the glass doing all the hard work, it's the one and only Mr. Flo. Flo, you good in there, bro? Oh, they took your mic. Gosh,
Took his
dang
mic.
it.
I'd blame Who's the White Guy.
Who's the white guy? He behaving himself?
It's Who's the White Guy's fault.
Be careful, man. Well, who's the white guy standing on your shoulder like that? It's dangerous.
Hey, you got to watch it.
Listen, man, I want to reach out something and just to try to bring some things into context for you, right? There's a tweet, and the tweet simply reads, "What the fuck are you doing, bro?" I'm trying to do a show. You come here making all this damn noise.
About
I'm
to get
clearly
his
in the studio.
ass beat.
I heard it. What do you mean nobody
Now he's
hears
having
it?
conversations. Like we gave him
Talking
permission.
about nobody hears it like I'm not a person.
Ron getting tough around here, man.
I'm trying to do a show. You come here banging shit around. I don't give a shit what you're doing. You making a bunch of noise in the middle of my show. Talking about like I'm supposed to care about the next one. Y'all got us fucked up around here.
Close the door.
You know what? Tomorrow we're not coming. Okay. Now figure that shit out. When we don't do, I say what I said tomorrow. Since y'all think y'all just come here making all kind of fucking noise and shit. Anyhow, let me get back to what I'm doing. Because
we get disrespected around here, man.
that's okay. You know how you know how you meet disrespect.
But more disrespect.
You reward disrespect with your absence. You don't respect me? I'm leaving.
It's that simple.
That's it. Anyhow.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
You're cool.
Fuck you,
We're out.
you. Who's next? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unbelievable. Anyhow, the tweet says this. It says, "I cannot emphasize this enough. Upwards of 40 million people in this country are facing eviction when the CDC moratorium expires at the end of this month. That is roughly 12% of the entire population. 12% of the entire population looking at living on the streets by the end of this month, or at least living on somebody else's couch. They're going to be homeless. Over 1 out of every 10 people. The rippling economic effects will be staggering. The lack of urgency displayed by government on this issue, both outgoing, the Trump administration, and incoming, the Biden administration. The fact that there's any debate over whether to give people direct relief and that the numbers being floated are as low as $600 to $1,200 are all indications we'll face another layer of mass disaster going into 2021. You can't fucking play this game, right? And then if I say, well, it's not by accident. If I say no, it's not by accident, right? They understood that take everybody's ability to earn money away, right? And then leave them to their own devices in that way.
Man, there's
give them a stimulus check, allow them to be able to be late on rent for a while, but then I'll pop it back down on them. How these people gonna live on the street?
There's a science project where you and it's online. You can Google it today, like the frog in the boiling water, right?
Yeah.
There's a frog sitting in a pot of water, and the water's not.
It's
boiling
cold at
yet,
first,
right? And they get the frog comfortable, and they keep turning the heat up
ever so slightly. And before the frog recognizes it, he's boiling. He won't jump out the fucking pot because he's found his level of comfort. Yeah, he don't even realize that it's getting warmer.
Realize that he's
turned up
boiling.
that slow.
Yeah, he doesn't even realize that he's fucking boiling. And next thing you know, he cooked. You know what I mean?
You smoke. It's over with.
You cook, G. And that's the kind of positioning we're in right now. We're cooked, right? And this conversation and conversations like these are being had so that we can get some level of awareness. Like it's crazy to me that how many people run around here talking about they woke, and I'm woke. And there's so much information out here and there's so much strife out here that I don't even know what the fuck woke means. Because every day that you open up your eyes, there's a new plan, there's a new white supremacy is fucking diabolical. It is, right? Whether it be the goddamn white girl getting her parents to pay $500,000 for her to go to USC to have more opportunity to be better than you, even though she's already coming from a family of wealth, right? To the fact that they are depriving you of the opportunity to ever be able to make a living, right? So we just moving in and out of these motherfucking quadrants where if we don't have some kind of radical resolve, we are just like the frog.
100%.
We cooked.
100%.
You know what I mean? And we can have all the conversations we want, but we have to start attaching some kind of actions to activate the behaviors and thoughts that we have,
Yeah.
And right now, when we start thinking about the way that we approach politics, the way that we approach revolution, even because we don't approach revolution at all, but the way that even if we're gonna have a political revolution, we got to approach our politics from a very different vantage point.
We must.
Respectability ain't gonna work.
It
doesn't work.
Hell no.
You know what I mean? She's black like me. That's not a conscious move because she's not black like you. What is the policy? What are we trying to get? How do you explain, or how do you? First, you must understand your positioning to even ask for the kind of policies that you need.
Yeah.
Right. So this assumption when we was talking about the home ownership shit, I just put black home ownership in the Google sign while Don was sitting next to us. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And whether I found the exact statistic that I was talking about or not didn't matter. But what you see for the
analytics
first
were clear.
3 pages was black home ownership down at a 50-year low.
And instead of addressing that, it was like, oh, I know 2 black people with a house.
I know people buying houses.
Nobody asked you that.
Yeah, you don't grasp the construct.
You are not understanding the conversation.
You don't grasp the construct. So we're not buying houses. We're not being anchored in. We're not being able to stabilize ourselves
There's no collective identity. And so if I know somebody who has a house, then what you're saying about black people is irrelevant. Because I'm not talking about black people.
Because I know
my friend has a house.
Lil Ricky just got a crib.
Right. Like, motherfucker, nobody asked you that.
Yeah, or even the contagion to wealth conversation. Like, we talked about, again, with Don. It's not the shit on Don.
Hell no, it ain't about Don. This is a large conversation that we have a lot with, and many people feel this way.
Yeah, but it's like, well, when we was young, everybody moved to the south suburbs. You're right. And look at the south suburbs now. Everything out there to stabilize the south suburbs ran away from them goddamn black people.
Yes.
You are a contagion to wealth. Hence, this has been the norm. This is the standard. So if we want to maintain viability in this country, then we must reverse the standard. We must create a new standard. That is revolution. That is what revolution means by definition, right? So we must create this mindset that says, we always talk about unification. That's a conversation you can hear out of goddamn wino's mouth. Everybody knows that shit, right?
We gotta come together, nephew.
But the problem why we can't unify is because we haven't defined what it means to be black in America. So everybody's unifying around a very niche kind of concept of blackness.
And everybody kind of does it in their own way.
Right, and it's not going to
work.
And
it can't work that way.
Can't work that way.
It's gotta be
And the
connected.
future is now. Because if we're looking at 12% population, that's in totality of homelessness, and we know that if America has a code, the black community has HIV. It just is what the fuck it is.
Terminally ill.
Terminally ill, right? So if that's the whole of America that's going to suffer a 12% homeless rate, if you get into the depths of that 12% status or that 12%,
a lot of them is us, which means probably 60-70% of us.
Man, let me tell you something. Black people are 2% of American descendants of slave black. Are 2% of the Los Angeles, California population. Los Angeles, California is known for its homeless population.
Sure.
Black people, American descendants of slaves, make up 70% of the homeless population, although they're only 2% of the population of the city.
Yeah.
That's an insane ass number.
Except unless you look at everywhere else where it's also the same. Right? You look at the incarceration rate, right? We 12-13% of the population. We 80% of the prison population.
Shit's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit's crazy.
It just is what it is all across the board for us, and we still want to sit here and debate this shit. It blows my fucking mind how much we are so willing to meet that grave and blatant disrespect with this level of respect. It doesn't make sense to me. I was just joking with Ron, but in a way, I'm dead ass serious. Like, I'm not going to meet disrespect with acceptance.
Yeah, sure
and
shit.
You disrespect me, I'm not going to meet it with like more, because then you have more and more disrespect. It goes from, oh, well, y'all in this time slot, and now hurry up and get the fuck out of here, because the people who used to be in this time slot, we got to make way for them. Y'all hurry up and shut up, cut down, right? That's why when we got cut off that first time to get ready for that show that used to be in this time slot, I was mad than a motherfucker. No, I'm not going to meet that with any level of respect.
That's
fuck
real
that.
shit.
We're gonna go off about that every single time.
Specifically
and that's
when
how
we preeminent show on this goddamn station.
Period. Specifically when we're the preeminent people on this goddamn earth. We set the culture for everything that happens.
That's real shit.
You know what I'm saying? There's a direct parallel there.
It is.
And my response here ain't different from my response to the totality of this picture that is painted for us as a nation. We gotta get our shit together, man. Stop the bullshit. We gotta take a break. When we come back from break, we'll get y'all set for the infamous Syndicate, who will be here at 6 p.m. This is I Said What I Said. Herb and 2 will be right back.
Hey family, this is Dawn Millhouse from the Book of Dawn. Christmas and holiday time means giving to me. Make certain that you give of yourself to somebody else. This is Dawn. Happy holidays from the Book of Dawn.
Where my steppers at? This is retired State Senator Ricky Hendon. This is my new song, Be My Christmas. It's on my House Party CD, produced by house music icons King Farley. It's available on my website, HollywoodHendon.com, various streaming platforms, and CDs. The album also has songs like We Getting Lit and Rona Money. Get the House Party CD in time for Christmas and New Year's Eve. This is our new song, We Getting Lit. Just in time for New Year's Eve. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Go to HollywoodHendon.com and get my music. Let's bring in 2021. Ricky Hollywood Hendon. Don't forget me, y'all.
This is the king of house music, Farley Jack Master Funk, and I endorse Hollywood Ricky Hendon. Let's go to work.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
The Chicago Legal Network is the collaboration of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of the law most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. The CLN lawyers all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation. So if you were injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information or call 773-912-3545. 773-912-3545.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me.
Tune in every Sunday. Don't miss it. Live from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios. It is the Kickoff Kickback. Join the conversation with the brothers, Eugene McIntosh, Herb Howard, and myself, Terrence Tomlin.
We got analysis live from the stadium. The brother Joe Lewis will be following through. We got great guests coming in, players, personnel, people.
Say what? We do our thing every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, taking you right up to kickoff.
We picking the full slate of NFL games. We talking fantasy football. Gino got you covered on all the bets. It's a kickback.
Make sure y'all join the conversation. Smash that like button. Smash that share button. And continue to help us push the culture forward.
Don't miss it every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, live here from the West Center for the Black People Media Studios.
WIIFTBPM.
What's good? What's good? What's good? We are back. We are live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. Herb 2 here with you till 6 o'clock. Appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate y'all contributions to the conversation. As always, it is valued. It is certainly appreciated. Who is watching with you? That is written in Arabic. I can't even read that. I dig it though.
I don't know.
I dig it. Written in Arabic, but I
Protect your credit card numbers. I'm just saying. Don't trust it.
I love the distrust from you, bro.
Don't trust it.
I love it. I absolutely love it, man.
Go to the profile. You see Bitcoin at the top. Get your ass out of here, son.
Who's the white guy? You sent them?
Right.
You sent
them is who's the white guys people for sure.
Huh? To what? No, I'm good.
Yeah, we good.
It made sense to me, but whatever.
So, anyway, man.
Hey,
That's
yo,
what we
son.
was talking about, brother.
Hey, yo, son.
Hey, yo, son.
Hey, yo, son. Listen.
We got to get some respect around here.
I mean, let me.
I don't know how we do it because we ain't getting it.
Let me handle. Let me.
Ron started to talk tough back and shit. He started to talk back.
I told you.
I'm gonna really have to whoop his ass.
You reward disrespect with distance.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something.
Just reward it with distance.
It's getting out of order.
Right? Like, that's all.
It's getting out of order.
That's all. The Bigs will be here tomorrow from 1 to 3 p.m. And then the Bigs will be here from 3 to 6 p.m. because we ain't coming. Okay?
We boycott.
We've had enough of the bullshit.
Yeah, we sick of this shit, man.
Okay? Like,
sick of this shit.
There's just too much shit being
Motherfuckers
thrown.
They realize we got the franchise tag on us. They don't realize that.
It's way too much. It's way too much. But whatever. I digress. Let me handle a little bit of business. Make sure y'all get over to the Woodline. It is an innovative economic center for the entire family. They got jerk chicken, they got shrimp, they got everything. They got a phenomenal menu. They have an exceptional ambiance. The service is phenomenal. You can experience igloo dining, or you can reserve the space for your own socially distant event. Make sure y'all visit thewoodline.com, thewoodline1200.com to reserve the space or to place your orders online. Huge shout out to Donnell and the whole entire squad over at the Woodline. They're doing phenomenal things.
Shout out to the Woodline, man. I need a scientist to explain that to me, though.
What piece?
The igloo dining experience.
So what it is I kind of want people to be able to go see it for themselves. But what it is it looks like an igloo, right? So there's this apparatus that's set up. I think it's like maybe like 3 or 4 of them out there on their rooftop, and there's an apparatus that looks like an igloo. Enter it the same way you would an igloo. It's shaped like that.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
So it's only for one party though.
Right. It's like you can have like 2 people in there, or 3 people, or 4 people in there, just for your individual party. And then they have, like I said, like 3 or 4 of those set up, available to be reserved.
So what I was more talking about was just the enclosed outside dining. Like if it's enclosed outside dining, why the fuck you just can't go in the restaurant? Because it's the same shit.
Yeah, but these are individual igloos.
No, I get it, and I'm not comparing it to the Woodline. I'm saying in general, like when you hear that kind of marketing.
Oh no, I have been to places so
Hyde
far.
Park last night, and all of the restaurants now have set up these kind of outside,
these tents,
these inside-outside tents.
It's a tent.
Yeah.
If I'm inside, I'm inside.
I'm inside.
Like, what difference do it make if I'm inside a tent or inside a brick wall?
What's the difference, G?
I
would think it would be better ventilation if this shit wasn't plastic.
I understand that piece 100%, right? But nobody really knows what the fuck we're dealing with. There's no real information about what it is that we're dealing with. So nobody knows how to address it. Nobody knows how to
I ain't
go
fucking
at
with
it.
none of it. You know, you have it all. I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah.
All you want to eat in the inside, outside, do you think? I'm not fucking with the people. Y'all can have all that shit.
I'm just not really I'm COVID exhausted, fam.
Yeah, what?
I
am too, but I be hearing the numbers every day, and I be like, I can fight it. I can fight it through.
I did see a thing that was interesting to look at, right? It didn't, and I'm not irresponsible. I'm not out here doing shit. I come here and we've kind of got a little bit of a bubble created now. Although now that we got these interns,
to get outrageous,
and we got who's the white guy in here.
Yeah, who's the white guy scares me.
It's
they bring germs.
It's a lot of other things going on in the studio today. So as soon as we leave out the broadcast studio, I will definitely be having on my mask until I get out the door. But anyway, my point is this. I think it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I think everybody's gonna get the Rona, and it's either gonna kill you or it ain't. But I did see a statistic that was eye popping to me, and it was a list of the deadliest days in United States history. And I don't know, some of the days were like it was like the top 6 or 7, maybe top 10. and some of the days were like 9/11 and what was that huge hurricane that happened in Galveston, the Galveston hurricane or whatever that was. That day was up there, and then the next 5 days was all last week. It was like last Tuesday, last Wednesday, last Thursday, last Friday, last Saturday. You know what I'm saying? The deadliest days in United States history, and all those people clearly dying from COVID-19. And so, you know, that is something that is certainly something that.
But I
catches
want to
your eye.
clarify a few things.
Come on with it.
Right, those that 9/11 and that whatever the Galveston hurricane and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's revisionist history, right? I don't know how the broke down of the thing you read was, but if we start to add in real world white American history, those days would probably be in the top 25, 30. But they've done some horrendous shit to black people and Indians, and all in one day. Like if we was having a real account of the history,
I was surprised
they was murdering some motherfuckers.
I was surprised that Hurricane Katrina was not on the list.
It wasn't on the list.
It
at
was
all?
not on the list. You wiped out an entire section of a city like the size of New Orleans.
They might not even have a real count for what happened in
because
Katrina
nobody
still to this
cares.
day.
That's my point.
It's
Nobody
niggas.
cares.
Fuck 'em.
We're gonna count for every single person that was inside the towers, as you should. But who died in Hurricane Katrina? I don't fucking know. Right? You know what I'm saying? Nobody really knows like
Man,
that.
I
right?
went to, my family's from New Orleans. That's why my name's Tucson. It is, my dad's side of the family.
Yeah, that's definitely some,
Haitian. It's Haitian, right? They say it's French, but my
some
point
Creole
is,
shit.
Yeah, the reason why New Orleans is part of America is because of Haiti.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's because of Tucson Louverture. But we went right after Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, matter of fact, Eric was a little guy. You know what I mean? Like, it was maybe a year after Katrina or something like that. And the devastation, was, you just couldn't believe it, G. And now if you go down today, it's a whole new New Orleans.
Tulsa, Oklahoma was not on the list, Q.
Yeah, it's a whole new New Orleans now because they gentrified it. They here's a pandemic-esque or extinction level event. Wipes all this black people out of here. All this prime real estate now becomes high-end housing for white folks. They moved in. The black populace in New Orleans is stand out. They moved their ass to further in Louisiana. Some of them is in bordering towns in Texas.
It's different.
Yeah, some different shit. They moved because New Orleans is valuable, right? And I'm not saying they planned for Katrina, but right, if the levees were blown like some people say.
Yeah, no. They've always known that New Orleans is below sea level, right? The city is below sea level. And so they've always known that if ever those levees were breached for any reason,
we get money.
The city would be flooded.
We get money.
You know what I'm saying? For any reason at all, if those levees are breached, we smoked, right? And, either through, like I say all the time, at the very least, negligent, at the very worst,
blew that shit
criminal.
up. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So whether you were negligent or criminal, you bogus as fuck
Which
either
could
way.
be the same conversation around the COVID conversation, right? Is this negligence or criminal? You know what I mean? Is the fact that neither the outgoing nor the incoming administration is talking about the 12% homeless population, is that negligence or criminal?
That is why there is a such crime as negligent homicide. Right? No, I wasn't really trying to kill a motherfucker, but I was so negligent that it resulted in this person's death, and I should be charged with that shit.
By definition, man.
I leave my kid in the fucking hot car, the kid dies, negligent homicide.
By definition, though, the only value to government is to protect the least of thee. And when you see a government designed to protect the most wealthy people in our populace, something's wrong.
That's
right.
That's
something
America.
is wrong.
This is
right?
America.
But that's how power always shifts.
The forefathers were the most powerful motherfuckers around.
But that's
they wrote laws to ensure that they maintained it.
Yeah, that's how power is maintained and controlled until the human spirit arises. Because in every one of those situations, at some point in time, the downtrodden of the human spirit says, "Fuck this shit."
How low does it have to get?
Is
before
when do
the
we
human
reach
experience
bottom?
Kicks in.
You know what I mean?
Because it blows my
mind. Part of the American experience is that's different than all of us created society before us, right? The level of opulence in America is a shared level of opulence, even amongst the poor. So even though you're poor, you're not poor enough to suffer the fact of not being able to eat, or poor enough to not have a working bathroom in the house, or poor, you haven't if you go into like a third world country, it's different understanding of poverty.
100% is different.
So in that not poor enough to be all the way fucked up, it creates a mindset of the frog in the hot water. I ain't all the way fucked up, right? And because I ain't all the way fucked up, that human revolutionary spirit is nullified. You know what I mean? That's what scares the shit out of me. We don't recognize we're being cooked.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's that human spirit that always resurfaces and realigns the universe.
Right.
I don't know where that comes from in a paradigm where you're comfortable being cooked.
I think that it reaches a point where you hit rock bottom, you reach this level of discomfort where it forces you to move differently. And I don't care if you just land on your couch, and you can lay on your couch for 6 hours. Eventually, you'll get uncomfortable, and it will cause you to adjust yourself, adjust how you are laid out, adjust your positioning, whatever it is. The civil rights movement was born out of extreme discomfort, right? They were very, very uncomfortable. I can't walk down the street without the fear of getting my ass harassed or beat or stolen or killed or raped or whatever. That's extreme discomfort. I can't go to church without the fear of, them blowing the shit up. I can't go to bed at night without the fear of the KKK pipe bombing my house or throwing Molotov cocktails through my windows. I don't own my body, right? And that extreme discomfort is what caused them to move differently. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem to me that we have hit that extreme discomfort. Although we clearly see you don't have the ability to walk down the street without the threat of you being stopped and choked to death in the middle of the street. You can't go to church without the threat of some young punk-ass white man running your church and killing 9 people, right? You can't, I don't know how we have not reached that level of extreme discomfort that would then cause us to move differently and respond differently to this system. But I certainly hope we get there soon. I certainly hope we get there very, very soon to where we stop making excuses for this level of disrespect. Ron, bro. Bro, I don't know why we haven't reached a level of discomfort with this level of disrespect. Why we always find an excuse or find a reason to say, oh, it's okay that the little white lady, bribed her way into her child being accepted into these prestigious institutions, right? Oh, let me bring her on my show. Let me use my platform for her to explain herself. Fuck her. She broke the law, she going to jail. Who gives a shit? We break the law, we go to jail, we applaud it. Lock all their ass up. Lock them all up. Like we're going to lock up the problem away. That's bullshit. That's not a real thing.
And even in her going to jail, she didn't suffer the consequences of, let's say, the mother who just kind of wrote their child into a different school district. She went to jail for like 5 years. This lady's going to do like 140 hours.
It's not a real thing, right?
And I'm not even trying to compare the two, right? I know that the design of America is based in a white paradigm. It's based in a white privileged paradigm. And you know what? I don't give a fuck. Cool. Have it your way like Burger King, right? But in that same vein, we have to create a society that works and operates best for us, right? Whether that be with a nation within a nation or whether that be us taking over that nation as it is.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, we have to stop making some decisions, right? Mm-hmm. So what's the Beanie Siegel line in the what's the movie all them in? Rockefeller movie. State property.
State property.
Right? And Beanie tells one of them, he's like, man, you better make a decision before we do. Right? And that's the position we in. They're making decisions about our lives and our existence, and we're just
allowing it. We're playing spectator to our own life story.
Yeah, man.
Like, when you gonna grab the pen and start to, be the author of that narrative? When you gonna start to take some control over what this story is and how this story ends?
And what does that look like, right? And the first step in what that looks like is finding an identity, right? So again, people often ask, like, they say talk is cheap, where's the action? Talk is cheap, where's the action, right? So there's an emerging movement, and I fucking love it. I don't care how nobody else feels about it, but the American Descendants of Slavery movement is fucking genius. It's fucking genius.
It's simple genius, too.
And it's very simple, but it's fucking genius.
It is.
Right? Now, some quantify it as genius because of its ability to garner capital via reparations, the struggle through reparations. And I get that. I'm fully with that. I totally get that. But its brilliance to me isn't based in necessarily the achievement of reparations. But its brilliance to me is the defining what it means to be an American-born black person.
Right.
Right? It's creating a level of lineage and creating a level of identity that we so need. Right? Because once we fully grasp what that means and we accept it, we got to grasp it and accept it. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Once you grasp it and accept it, you can qualify something to unify around. right? As long as we don't have that, we cannot quantify anything to unify around. So what we do is we unify around niche ideas. You know, what it means to be black and bougie, black wealth, you know what I mean?
Right.
What it means to be, I don't know, from 63rd and not 64.
Right.
All that simple,
Right.
mundane shit.
Right.
Right. But in essence, when you recognize that you have no allies, when you recognize that the world is caving in on you, and when you recognize that the only motherfuckers that will ever have your back is the motherfuckers who have come up out of the same experience that you've come up
That
out of.
shared experience.
Only a motherfucker with a very simple mindset would say, hey, these are the people who fuck with me. These are the people I got to fuck with. And once we get to that point of solidifying our lineage and solidifying our legacy and our identity, then we can begin to make collective moves, you know. And we do have a level of collective power if we yield it, because we are citizens of it. And those who oppose that, with the exception of white folks, do not have the populations that we have.
Yeah.
And it's really a simple math problem.
It is that simple. It is that simple. It's a simple. Are we tired of this shit or not? That is it. And if you're tired of it, then you identify what is causing it. Right. Don't just look around and take the easy way and say, what are the symptoms? Right. What do I see around me? I see trash and debris. I'm sick of that. Who threw the trash and debris down? We did. So okay, I'm mad at us. I see murder and violence. Who's doing the shooting? We are. Okay, so I'm sick of us. No. What is causing it? What is causing it? And then address that.
And the very nature of what's causing it is you being an American-born black person.
Keep it a buck.
That's your positioning.
Keep it a
period.
buck.
You have to be in this position for us to win in these ways.
So address that thing. If you're not going to address that thing, you're not addressing the issue.
And there's some level of savagery you got to attach to our behavior, right? I know that people don't accept that, but at the end of the day, man, capitalism needs a bottom to survive. So we can't open up the door for everybody to move out the bottom and expect
And think
us
we're
to
not
win.
going to still be there.
Right. It just don't work that way. We have to have this kind of this idea of we will step on your ass too. Somebody got to be at the bottom. I'm just tired of it being us. I don't, I'm not empathetic to anybody else who might have to suffer at the bottom. That's not my issue. That's your issue.
Yeah,
I don't wish it on you, but you got to figure your own way out.
It
that
is
shit.
what it is. Ain't nobody came to help us for 400 years. Why the fuck I got to be worried about everybody else's cause? I'm cool with your cause. I support your cause, but I'm supporting it from over here. And that's LGBTQ. That's DACA. That's everybody. Do your shit, right? We got some shit that we got to address, and that's what I'm on. If we ain't on that, then we ain't really trying to get to this thing. And that's the bottom line. You trying to address these symptoms without getting to the cause. You aren't really trying to get at it. You can lie to yourself. You can tell yourself whatever the fuck you want to tell yourself. Unless you're trying to get to what is actually causing these things, you are bullshitting. We out of time, man. We're going to end it a little bit early today so that we can get ready for the infamous syndicate. Shauna, Tifa, 20-year anniversary of changing the game.
Jenny Jones.
They finna get it popping in here. They got a lot of special guests, people that were featured on the album, producers, features, other artists. It's gonna be a thing. Y'all make sure y'all stick around and hang out for that piece. For Flo in the production studio and for Tucson Warner, my name is Herb Howard. We might be back here.
Who's the white guy? We got to shout out who's the white guy.
Who's the white guy?
And Serafina.
Shout out to Serafina. It's all love
and
for her.
Lil Ron.
But who's the white guy? Lil Ron, we finna have a conversation. We may or may not be back here tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Either way, shout out to y'all for being here. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to Don B for stopping through, and we appreciate her as well. We'll see y'all back here eventually, probably, maybe. Until then, y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.